The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Bulldogs football is coming your way on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM KBIZ. Ottumwa Bulldogs sports broadcasts are brought to you by these sponsors. David Wellbrenner, your local Allstate insurance agent. By Atomic Pest Control. By Benchwarmers on Romer Avenue in Ottumwa. By Dave at Berry Patch IT Service in downtown Ottumwa. By Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa. By Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield. By Community First Credit Union. By Falvey Lumber with 2 locations in Albia and Eddyville. By Family First Chiropractic in Ottumwa. By Godfrey's Ale House in Ottumwa. By Jana Brumball and her team at Homegate Southeast Iowa Real Estate in Ottumwa. By Lisco of Fairfield. By Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Eternal Medicine Clinic. By Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union on the corner of Penn and Jeff in Ottumwa. By Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse in Ottumwa. By Insane Motors, 1219 South Madison Avenue, Ottumwa. By Ottumwa Glass, located on Gateway Drive. By Ottumwa Job Corps Center. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito and the team at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. By Pierce Fence Company. By R&K Body Pros on 2nd Street in Ottumwa. By Reflection Studio next to New Cara Pharmacy in downtown Ottumwa. By The Ride in Fairfield. By Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. By Andrew Schroeder with Schroeder Graphics and Sign, LLC. By Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. By Sonic Drive-In on North 63 next to Walgreens in Ottumwa. By Southern Iowa Mental Health Center at 1527 Albia Road in Ottumwa. By The Stitch Doctor in downtown Ottumwa. By Warehouse Barbecue. And by Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa. Now, let's get you to the field with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High football is on the air. Good evening, everybody, from Trojan Stadium in Fairfield. Jason Van Arkel reporting tonight. Annie Argo is the on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. It's Game 2 of the 2021 season in a rivalry that hasn't been renewed in over 20 years as your Ottumwa Bulldogs will take on the Fairfield Trojans. OHS comes in at 0-1 after losing to Oskaloosa last week. And unfortunately, that season opener was a bit of a dud for Ottumwa. They fell behind 21-0 early and never fully recovered. And what made things worse for Ottumwa was every time something did start to click, somebody got hurt. Starting running back Austin Fountain, not on the depth chart this week. Starting center John Harden, not on the depth chart. Backup quarterback and kick returner William Howard, not on the depth chart this week. And that's just a few of the players that went out injured. Some of them are back, some of them are not. And in the running game, Ottumwa will need Connor Schlarbaum and Ethan Renteria to pick up the slack in the running game. And then they'll also need quarterback Tanner Shark to be much more accurate. Shark was only 7 for 20, and he threw 2 interceptions in his second career start against Oskaloosa. Defensively, the Bulldogs were okay against the Indians. They did fairly well at stopping the run, but they didn't stop the pass very well at all. Oskaloosa more of a passing team, and they threw the ball for well over 200 yards in their victory over Ottumwa at Schaefer Stadium last week. Now, both areas defensively need to be better tonight, stopping the run and stopping the pass. And we'll talk more in a little bit, I should say, about Fairfield and what we expect out of their offense. We are watching the freshman-sophomore game right now, and if you're on the live video stream, you can kind of see it. I'll turn the camera for you a little bit. That game's in the fourth quarter. Fairfield up 14-0. Assuming we'll see a kind of a similar offense from Fairfield in the varsity game tonight. At least they have a freshman or sophomore quarterback who likes to throw it, although if you're watching on the video stream, we just saw Ottumwa get a sack right there. Nice play by the Ottumwa freshmen and sophomores on that one. But Fairfield will, from what we can tell, will be fairly balanced. They were against Mount Pleasant, and their best player is a tight end who can make some catches, so Ottumwa's going to have to be better in pass defense tonight than they were 1 week ago. Still plenty to talk about here on the pregame show as, again, Ottumwa and Fairfield are renewing acquaintances in football for the first time in over 20 years. When we return here on the pregame show, we'll talk more about Fairfield. And, by the way, this is the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show. Warehouse Barbecue for great barbecue and cocktails in a fun, fast-paced environment. Whether it's dine-in, carry-out, or delivery, they'll take care of you. Make sure to download the Warehouse Barbecue app and like Warehouse Barbecue on Facebook. 3 minutes, and we're back with more of the Warehouse Barbecue pregame show here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Our homes are one of our most important investments. Don't let your home be at risk from termite damage. Contact Atomic Termite and Pest Control to discuss the Centricon system, a proactive solution to protect your home from termites.
Hi, I'm Dylan Laux, third-generation service technician with Atomic Pest Control. If you have pest problems, call me at 682-6166. That's 682-6166. Atomic Pest Control, serving Southeast Iowa and Northeast Missouri since 1949.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football on KBIZ and on our live video stream, the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show. Ottumwa on the road at Fairfield for the second game of the season. Let's take our first look at the opponent, the Fairfield Trojans. They are 1-0 after beating Mount Pleasant last week, 27-18. That win got more than one monkey off the Trojans' back. It snapped a 7-game losing streak. They lost their last 7 games a year ago, and they beat Mount Pleasant for the first time since 2016. Their quarterback, Tate Allen, threw for a touchdown. He ran for 3 more in his first career start. Now, the Trojans' offensive numbers were not particularly scary. Allen only completed 45% of his passes, and they only averaged 3.9 yards per rush. But they did average better than 20 yards per catch when Allen did connect. The best player for Fairfield is the coach's son, tight end Max Wheaton. He had a team-high 4 receptions for 55 yards in the victory over the Panthers. Defensively, Fairfield did enough to beat Mount Pleasant, but they did allow nearly 5 yards a carry and 21 yards per completion. Now, Fairfield is in a bit of uncharted territory here. They were a winless team in 2019. They only won 1 game all of last year, so getting to 2-0 would be uncharted territory for them. You factor in that this is their first home game of the season. They're coming off a big win, and it's their first game against Ottumwa since, we believe, 1997. So you figure that the Fairfield fans who are down below us will make this a fairly hostile environment for Ottumwa tonight. And by the way, If you'd been to Fairfield in past years and you were thinking, well, the visitor side has a press box and that's where the live video stream will be shot from, Fairfield tore down that visitor's press box and they're going to build a new one, but they have not done so yet. So we're actually on the home side. And we've got a pretty good vantage point. We're kind of to the left of midfield as we look at it. On the live video stream, you can kind of see where we have the camera turned to. And again, a pretty good view, but we are on the home side, so if the crowd gets louder, not a good thing for our Ottumwa Bulldogs. If the cheering seems more distant, it's probably coming from the far side of the field, the visitor side, and that would be a good thing. But it's a nice setup here. We are sharing one big room with the coaching staff here, and so we've asked the coaches to not yell and make a lot of noise on the broadcast. They promised to do a good job, and it'll be a fun night here in Fairfield. Again, these two teams haven't met in many, many years in football. We've played them in other sports, of course, but first time I've been to Trojan Stadium. Nice facility for football here. And we can't quite get a good camera shot of it because it's down beyond the south end zone, but behind that, their American flag tonight is a Fairfield fire truck, a ladder truck, and a giant American flag hanging from the ladder, and that's hanging over the berm behind the south end zone. The field itself, by the way, would remind you of what Schaefer Stadium's field used to look like before they put AstroTurf, or not AstroTurf, field turf on it, because the field is sunken down below the level of the track. And so there are, small berms that you have to climb up to get to the track from the field. That's what Schaefer Stadium used to be like before they filled it in and put the field turf on top of it. There's also a bit of a crown in the field for water to run off. So if you're running right or left from midfield, you're kind of running downhill a little bit, but that's a fairly common feature on a lot of fields, and it used to be what Ottumwa had until the past few seasons. So Ottumwa and Fairfield, still plenty to come on the Warehouse Barbecue pregame show. We'll take another 3-minute timeout and continue on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Godfrey's Ale House is Ottumwa's premier sports bar and restaurant with something for everyone. Whether you're wanting to have dinner with the family or meet up with friends to have some drinks while watching the game on the TVs, Godfrey's is the place to be. You can even kick back and unwind on their patio with a few drinks after a day at work. Godfrey's stands out for their inviting atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service. Experience it for yourself at Godfrey's Ale House across from North Hy-Vee in Ottumwa.
Looks like they picked the wrong getaway driver.
Gonna be paying for this for a long time.
They will, but with accident forgiveness. Allstate won't raise your rates just because of an accident, even if it's your fault.
Cut! Sonny.
Is that good?
Line. The desert never lies.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you were talking about Allstate and insurance.
Let's
try again. Everybody back to one.
Accident forgiveness from Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
The Wood Iron Grill at the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course is your home for chef-inspired cuisines. This is Chef Michael, and I invite you to come discover the Wood Iron Grill. From the delectable food that we serve to the gracious hospitality that we provide, we are the destination for an unforgettable dining experience that promotes conversation, laughter, and friendships. Enjoy our warm atmosphere and our breathtaking panoramic views. If you're looking for extraordinary flavor and impeccable service, it doesn't get any better than the Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time. For hours and specials, like us on Facebook.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Why do people love bench warmers? It starts with the best wings. Never frozen, with 22 different wing sauces. Or you can enjoy our loaded menu that includes tasty sandwiches, daily homemade soups, daily specials, appetizers, pizza complete with wonderful service. Benchwarmers' delicious food, the best wings, and fun atmosphere makes it a wonderful place to enjoy with family, co-workers, and friends. Benchwarmers, the area's go-to eating destination in Ottumwa.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football on the road at Fairfield tonight here on KBEIZ and on the live video stream. We continue on the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show, pardon me. The last time these two teams met, it depends on who you ask. If you believe what some print outlets said this week, this is the first meeting between the two schools since 1995. However, BC More Rankings, you go to bcmorerankings.com, they have an Iowa Scores project, and they list a 1997 matchup that Ottumwa won over Fairfield 56-16. So we believe that was the last time these two teams played in football. That 1995 game, by the way, which some people have cited, is Ottumwa 34, Fairfield nothing. Either way, it's been well over 20 years since these two schools met, even though they're only 20 minutes apart. Now, they'll renew this rivalry with a two-class separation. Ottumwa, of course, has moved up to the new Class 5A, while Fairfield remained in Class 3A. Fairfield saw a couple of its other opponents move up a class as well. They've got some opponents in 4A now, and, of course, last week we played Oskaloosa, who had been 3A. They moved up to 4A, and so some teams in some different places classification-wise this year, but the end result is the same. We're going to renew this rivalry between Ottumwa and Fairfield. The Bulldogs looking for their first win in the season. Fairfield trying to get to 2. And, the freshman-sophomore game has ended. Final, Ottumwa falling to Fairfield in that one 14-0. Teams are doing the midfield handshake right now, as you can see on our live video stream. Kind of a tough game for the Ottumwa underclassmen there. They won the turnover battle, recovered a number of fumbles in this game, and had several drives die in Fairfield territory. So they did some good things, but came up on the short end of the stick in this one. Hopefully for our sake, Ottumwa fans' sake, the varsity game does not mirror the freshman-sophomore game, as again Fairfield wins this one by a final of 14-0. All right, let's take another 3-minute timeout. We will continue with the Warehouse Barbecue pregame show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride.
Hi everyone, this is Karina Drummond with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. We are a full-service salon offering hair, nail, brow, lash, facial, and waxing services. We also handle weddings, proms, and other large events with multiple person makeover sessions, so contact us early to get booked for your next event. We thank all of our loyal customers for your patronage and invite all newcomers to join our salon family. And remember, looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Like Reflection Studio on Facebook and visit reflectionstudio.com. That's Reflections with a Z.
Talking with someone about suicide or suicidal thoughts can be hard, but sometimes it's a necessary conversation to have. If you're concerned about someone and you've noticed a drastic change in behavior, ask the person directly if they are considering suicide. Research shows that asking the question directly helps the suicidal person feel at ease and less alone. For more information, call Southern Iowa Mental Health Center 24 hours a day, 844-430-8520.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new Bowler Entertainment System.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albee is locally owned. What's that mean to you, you ask? I'm Dennis from Falvey Lumber and Hardware, and that means not only will you be able to find someone from the moment you enter the store, but that our knowledgeable staff can answer the questions on big and small projects. We have 2 convenient locations in Eddyville across from the BP and just off the southwest corner of the Albee Square. The only locally owned lumber and hardware store on your list, Falvey Lumber and Hardware.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football at Fairfield tonight. The Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show continues on. Jason Van Arkel with you. Annie Arago, the on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Perhaps you can hear the drum line in the background, the Fairfield Marching Band drum line, going through its pregame ritual as we all are going through our pregame rituals here on kind of a humid and a little bit cooler Friday night here in Fairfield, but we're getting into good football weather now. It's not summer hot like it was last week. This will be a lot more pleasant in this game tonight. All right. We talk a lot about football. We'll talk a lot about football all season long, but here in Fairfield, there's something that's been going on with the team that's more important than football. Nate Wheaton is officially in his 3rd year as a head coach of Fairfield, but he was away from the team most of last season because he was fighting a battle with cancer. Coach Wheaton didn't resume his coaching duties until April of this year, which is, of course, well into the offseason. Wheaton told the Southeast Iowa Union he is now cancer-free. That's certainly good news for his family, the Trojan program, and the Fairfield community. If in the past year or so you've seen folks from Fairfield wearing T-shirts saying "No one fights alone" and "We got your back, Coach," you've gotten a hint of the support that Wheaton certainly has appreciated in his time as head coach. He's a little bit outside the traditional head coach. He had been a volunteer coach at the youth level and then at the varsity level, volunteer assistant coach until he got the head coaching job in 2019. He has his own private business. He is not an instructor in Fairfield schools, but he does come from a coaching family. His father was a longtime head coach for several schools in the northern part of the state, and he himself was coached by a couple of Hall of Fame coaches during his time in high school at Cedar Falls. So coaching in his blood, even though that wasn't his chosen profession out of the University of Iowa, and now he's the head coach of Fairfield, and certainly we were glad to read the update that he is cancer-free and, of course, back on the sidelines. And, you know, obviously we're the Bulldog broadcast. We're all for Ottumwa, rooting for Ottumwa tonight, as we always do. But these Southeast Iowa communities, they're all kind of family when you think about it. And, of course, over my decade here for Ottumwa Radio, I've had a chance to cover a lot of Fairfield games, both as an announcer and as a reporter. Got to know Athletic Director Jeff Courtwright really well, really good guy, really helpful to us. I want to thank him, by the way, being very helpful and accommodating, getting us set up for tonight. Obviously, with their visiting press box torn down, they had to find a place for visiting radio, visiting broadcasters, and they've given us really a great perch here to do the game from. So we're big fans of Fairfield. I love coming here. Hadn't had a chance to come over here. You know, the pandemic last year kind of kept me away from that. So it's good to get back to Fairfield. Once the games start, we'll be all Bulldogs, but no animosity to the Trojans, certainly. And Again, happy for Coach Wheaton that he's cancer-free, and certainly after tonight, we wish them all the success in the world the rest of the season, but tonight it still is Go Bulldogs. All right, we'll take another 3-minute timeout and continue with the Warehouse Barbecue pregame show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
Berry Patch IT Services invites you to stop in. Let me, David Berry, assist you from fixes to upgrades on laptops, desktops, to keyboards. New or refurbished, I carry quality models and makes with a 90-day warranty. I customize from downloading Windows software to what you're looking for, whether for work or play. We have a passion for technology. Berry Patch IT Services at 313 East Main Street in downtown Ottumwa. Visit berrypatchitservices.com.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Hi, this is The Ride Bicycle Shop, and we're located on the southeast corner of the Courthouse Square in Fairfield. I'm the owner, Mark Smith, and meeting people through the world of bikes is what I'm passionate about. I carry everything you need to get on the road: new bikes, accessories, and repair. Remember, Christmas will be here before you know it. The Ride is currently open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Christmas. Stop by the store and check out our inventory, or dust off that bike in the back of the garage and get a tune-up. Remember, it's all about the ride, so have a good one.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football and the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show rolls on here on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Get near the top of the hour. A little more than half an hour away now from the opening kickoff here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ Ottumwa, and on the live video stream. Jason Van Arkel with you. Again, Annie Argo is our on-site video producer. Brandon Drew is our radio producer back at the KBIZ studios. And right now around the top of the hour here on the pregame show, it's time to name the Shelter Insurance Player of the Week. Now, last week, the opening week was a tough one all around for Ottumwa, of course, but junior running back Ethan Renteria made the most of his unexpected opportunity. Renteria was pressed into service when Austin Fountain was injured in the first half, and Ethan ended up with 7 carries for 41 yards, averaging nearly 6 yards per carry. Several of those carries resulted in first downs. He ground out a few first downs, kind of carried some tacklers with him, and that was pretty impressive for a kid who checks in at 5'9", 165, but he had a lot of power in those runs and really kind of put himself in the conversation to get carries this week as Fountain is out and injured. So Ethan Renteria is the Shelter Insurance Player of the Week. Shelter Insurance and Marvin Boyer, your local agent in Ottumwa. Of course, we are not the only football game in Southeast Iowa here on this Friday night. All the area schools are in action. Let's run down the out-of-town scoreboard as we come into tonight. We've got another matchup similar to Ottumwa Fairfield, the battle of two Southeast Iowa schools coming up in just a little while as Van Buren is on the road at Davis County. Van Buren, the Warriors, Davis County, the Mustangs, and we have on Ottumwa Radio the broadcast for both schools. You can hear Dwayne Cook doing the Van Buren broadcast tonight on 92.7 KTWA, and you can hear Ellis Kojo doing the Davis County broadcast on 104.3 KRKN, and the Davis County broadcast also has a live video stream on AttumwaRadio.com and the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. The Cardinal football team, you can hear them on 97.7 Tom FM tonight. They're on the road at Central Lee. The Pekin football team is at home. You'll hear them on 101.5 KISS FM as the Panthers take on Alburnett. Another matchup of two area teams tonight has Albia on the road at Centerville. Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont is at home tonight. The Rockets are taking on Sheraton. The talented Sigourney Keota football team plays at home tonight. The Cobras are facing Mid-Prairie. And Oskaloosa, the team that Ottumwa lost to last week, Oski gets its first home game of the season tonight as they take on Knoxville. So that is our out-of-town scoreboard here on the second Friday night of the season. Unlike last week, game's going to be played under overcast skies. We're hoping that the rain is done. We're hoping that we're done with showers, don't need any more water on the field. It looks like this field here at Trojan Stadium for Ottumwa and Fairfield, looks like it's handled it okay, although there are some kind of darker, a little bit muddied areas. I'm seeing one on the near side Fairfield sideline, right near the 40-yard line, between the 40 and the 45 right side. But nothing too bad as Ottumwa and Fairfield are warming up. Kind of turn the camera once again just a little bit and give you a look at the Bulldogs as they warm up to the left as we look at it, our side of the field. OHS and Fairfield again meeting for the first time since 1997. As Ottumwa looks for its first win of the year, and Fairfield is hoping to get to 2-0. All right. Coming up after this timeout, we will have tonight's starting lineups for you for both Ottumwa and Fairfield. It's the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show, and it continues in 3 minutes on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Berry Patch IT Services invites you to stop in. Let me, David Berry, assist you from fixes to upgrades on laptops, desktops, to keyboards. New or refurbished, I carry quality models and makes with a 90-day warranty. I customize from downloading Windows software to what you're looking for, whether for work or play. We have a passion for technology. Berry Patch IT Services at 313 East Main Street in downtown Ottumwa. Visit berrypatchitservices.com.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Godfrey's Ale House is Ottumwa's premier sports bar and restaurant with something for everyone. Whether you're wanting to have dinner with the family or meet up with friends to have some drinks while watching the game on the TVs, Godfrey's is the place to be. You can even kick back and unwind on their patio with a few drinks after a day at work. Godfrey's stands out for their inviting atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service. Experience it for yourself at Godfrey's Ale House across from North Hy-Vee in Ottumwa.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football, the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show here on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Ottumwa at Fairfield tonight. Jason Van Arkel with you and looking down on the field at Trojan Stadium. It's time now for the starting lineup. Let's start with the offense for your Ottumwa Bulldogs. Up front, the left tackle, big junior Kevin Moreno-Lozano, 6'2", 290 pounds is the junior. The left guard, Gail Batras, 5'9", 200 pounds, a junior. Getting the start at center tonight in place of John Harden is Justin Perez, the 5'10", 310-pound senior. At right guard, Bobby Skinner, 5'10", 190 pounds, a junior. And the right tackle, once again, is Lane Spurgeon, 6'4", 210 pounds, a senior. Tanner Shark is once again the starting quarterback, the 5'10", 165-pound junior. Carried the ball 7 times for 22 yards and a touchdown last week. He was 7 of 20 passing for 95 yards and a couple of interceptions. Behind him in the backfield, Connor Schlarbaum will get the start at tailback. 5'10", 170-pound junior, had 4 carries for 15 yards late in the game against Oskaloosa last week. The halfback and sometimes slot receiver will once again be Mason Farrington, 6 foot tall, 175-pound junior, had 2 catches for 19 yards a week ago. The wingback, Abaya Suleiman, it's good to see him back. He left last week's game injured, but he's back tonight. Suleiman, 5'8", 145 pounds, had 4 carries for 10 yards in the opener and also caught a pass for 12 yards. The starting tight end, junior Luke Gravy, 6 feet, 170 pounds, a junior. And the starting wide receiver is senior Miles Sainer, 5'10", 160 pounds, had 2 catches for 2 yards 1 week ago. Abaya Salema is the punter and the place kicker for this team, and the long snapper is Carson Kenny. Let's take a look at Fairfield's offense. Again, Nate Wheaton is their head coach in his 3rd season, as Brian Goodvin is in his 3rd season with Ottumwa. The offensive line for Fairfield is as follows. The left tackle, Kenneth Craig, 5'11", 233 pounds, a junior. The left guard, we believe, is Dre Smithberg, and he's a freshman, and their roster on Varsity Bound does not list a height or weight for the younger of the Smithbergs who is on the roster. The center, Nick Casca, 5'9", 170 pounds, senior. The right guard for Fairfield, Hunter Cicchini. Again, no height or weight given on the roster. He's a junior. Pardon me. And then the right tackle is Nate Smithberg, the elder Smithberg, 5'8", 160 pounds. He is a senior. The starting quarterback for the Trojans is Tate Allen, 5'10", 150-pound junior, made his first career start a week ago in their win over Mount Pleasant. Carried the ball 10 times for 29 yards. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, and he also was 9 of 20 passing for 187 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. The lone running back behind him in the starting lineup is senior Teddy Metcalf, 5'7", 180 pounds. Solid first game for him last week, 22 carries for 95 yards. The wide receiver, Evan Haynes, 5'10", 140 pounds, a senior. 2 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. The slot receivers, 5'6", Tate Richardson, he's number 3, 5'6", 130 pounds, a junior. 1 catch for 40 yards a week ago. The other slot receiver, Connor Lyons, 5'8", 130 pounds, a junior. 2 catches for 39 yards. And the tight end, probably their best player, coach's son, Max Wheaton, 6'2", 170-pound junior, caught 4 passes for 55 yards last week. Those are the starting offenses. Let's turn now to the defenses and start with Ottumwa's 3-4 formation. The defensive ends will be Lane Spurgeon, again 6'4", 210, a senior, and Jay Guerra, who had been the nose tackle last week. He moves out to defensive end. Guerra, 6'1", 240, a junior. And that'll move Gail Batras into the starting nose tackle spot, 5'9", 200, a junior. The middle linebacker for Ottumwa in their 4 linebacker set is Theron Royer, 5'10", 175-pound senior, had 6 tackles a week ago. The Sam linebacker, Cooper Derby, 6 feet 175, a junior, 5.5 tackles last week. Then the outside linebackers, Trevor Summers, 6'1", 175, a senior, 2.5 tackles against Oskaloosa. And Mike Kane, 5'11", 175, a junior, 2 tackles, including a tackle for loss in the Oski game. In the secondary, the cornerbacks, Shakir Pope will get his first start at corner, 6'2", 160, a junior. Didn't have any defensive stats last week. He did have 1 catch late in the game for 53 yards. The other cornerback, Ryan McKinnon, 5'4", 135 pounds, a junior, 5.5 tackles last week. He made some impressive plays both in the secondary and on special teams. Really shined on the defensive side of the ball despite being a bit undersized. McKinnon will get another start at corner. The strong safety, Dre Rivera, 5'8", 155, a junior, had 2 tackles last week. And the free safety is Carson Kenny, 5'10", 155, a junior. McKinnon and Abaya Salema will be the kick returners this week. William Howard had been the kick returner, but he was injured last week. So it'll be Salema and McKinnon deep on kickoffs. Tanner Shark will be the punt returner. So the quarterback will also be the punt returner for Ottumwa in this week's game. Turning our attention now to the Fairfield defense, they run out of a base 4-3. The strong side end is Max Wheaton, also their tight end, 6'2", 170, a junior. By the way, don't have any defensive stats for Fairfield. They had not been posted as of earlier this afternoon. The weak side defensive end is Nate Smithberg, 5'8", 160, a senior. The nose tackle, Nick Casca, 5'9", 170, a senior. And the defensive tackle, freshman Dre Smithberg, we believe. Again, no height or weight given on the roster. All 4 of those playing both ways. 3 of them are offensive linemen as well, and Wheaton, of course, the tight end. The strong side linebacker, the Sam linebacker, Tate Richardson, 5'6", 130, a junior. The middle linebacker, Miles McKenty, 5'8", 160, a junior. McKenty is also the number 2 running back. And the weak side linebacker, the will linebacker, Isaac Harris, 6 feet 160. He is a junior. In the secondary, the starting corners, Evan Haynes, 5'10", 140, a junior, and Connor Lyons, 5'8", 130, a senior. The strong safety, Kevin Dorothy, 5'8", 140, a junior. And the free safety is the quarterback, Tate Allen, 5'10", 150, a junior. Not totally sure who will be back returning kicks and punts for Fairfield tonight. They had no stats given for those categories last week. The kicking game, we told you Ottumwa's kicker and punter is Abaya Salema, and he was injured last week. If Ottumwa needs another punter, Tanner Shark did punt once last week and actually did pretty well. For Fairfield, they didn't list any punting stats. They did list Nate Smithberg as having gone 1 for 3 on point after attempts, so we know at least that Smithberg was the place kicker last week. Whether Fairfield sticks with that or does something different, I guess we'll find out once tonight's game begins. But those are the starting lineups for tonight for Ottumwa and for Fairfield as we get ready for these teams to face off in football for the first time since 1997. Bulldog football tonight is brought to you by Berry Patch IT Service, supporting computers, laptops, and printers. Whether you're purchasing or needing something fixed, just give Dave a call at Berry Patch IT Service at 313 East Main Street in downtown Ottumwa. Ottumwa football brought to you by Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. And brought to you by Pierce Fence, the only name you need to know for all your residential or commercial fencing projects. Contact them for a free estimate. Like and follow them on Facebook or visit them at piercefenceco.com. The Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show continues after this 3-minute timeout. Bulldog football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride.
Hi, this is The Ride Bicycle Shop, and we're located on the southeast corner of the Courthouse Square in Fairfield. I'm the owner, Mark Smith, and meeting people through the world of bikes is what I'm passionate about. I carry everything you need to get on the road: new bikes, accessories, and repair. Remember, Christmas will be here before you know it. The Ride is currently open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Christmas. Stop by the store and check out our inventory, or dust off that bike in the back of the garage and get a tune-up. Remember, it's all about the ride, so have a good one.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football on KBIZ. The Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show rolls on here from Trojan Stadium in Fairfield tonight. Bulldogs and Trojans for the first time since 1997. We're going to veer off from football just for a moment here because there was a story last month that will have a huge impact on high school basketball, not this season, but next season. You probably heard about this. The Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union have decided to implement a 35-second shot clock in varsity basketball, again beginning in the 2022-2023 season. And that move was precipitated by the National Federation of State High School Associations announcing that associations could begin using a 35-second shot clock in the fall and winter of 2022 into 2023. Now, those of you who've been listening to my Ottumwa broadcast for the past decade know that I've kind of been on the soapbox for a shot clock in high school basketball, most notably when we would go to Des Moines Hoover, and Hoover would hold the ball for 7 minutes, and I would sit there and have to describe them standing there holding the ball for 7 minutes. So I'm obviously in favor of the shot clock. Not that my complaining had anything to do with the decision, but I feel a little bit vindicated now. So it'll be interesting to see, again, not this year, but next year, when we get into basketball season, how that shot clock changes things. I know some people had wondered how that would affect teams that were not all that skilled to begin with, whether that would cause them any issues. I think those are perhaps minimal at best, or maybe the issues are overstated. I really think this will be good for high school basketball. Will it be good for Ottumwa? That'll all come down to the talent on the team. If you've got a talented team, they'll be able to handle it well. If you've got a team just in general that doesn't have as much talent, you'll struggle whether there's a shot clock or not. So, but again, a shot clock is coming to high school basketball, not this winter, not this year's broadcast. This will be the last year without a shot clock, but then fall of 2022 into the winter and then into 2023, we will see 35-second shot clocks in high school basketball in the state of Iowa. And that gets the JVA stamp of approval. All right, that's enough basketball on a football pregame show. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back, and get you the keys to the game for an Ottumwa victory here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Line-X of Ottumwa, we know your truck is much more than a vehicle to you. Whether you use it for work or play, a Line-X spray-applied bed liner is ready for the long haul. Line-X provides unmatched protection with a nationwide lifetime warranty. Want more for your truck? Line-X carries accessories from WeatherTech, Bach Industry, Truxedo, Truck Gear, Lux, and Luverne Truck Accessories. The right parts and accessories to make your truck your truck. Everything is possible at Line-X of Ottumwa.
Berry Patch IT Services invites you to stop in. Let me, David Berry, assist you from fixes to upgrades on laptops, desktops, to keyboards. New or refurbished, I carry quality models and makes with a 90-day warranty. I customize from downloading Windows software to what you're looking for, whether for work or play. We have a passion for technology. Berry Patch IT Services at 313 East Main Street in downtown Ottumwa. Visit berrypatchitservices.com.
Godfrey's Ale House is Ottumwa's premier sports bar and restaurant with something for everyone. Whether you're wanting to have dinner with the family or meet up with friends to have some drinks while watching the game on the TVs, Godfrey's is the place to be. You can even kick back and unwind on their patio with a few drinks after a day at work. Godfrey's stands out for their inviting atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service. Experience it for yourself at Godfrey's Ale House across from North Hy-Vee in Ottumwa.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Fairfield Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albee is locally owned. What's that mean to you, you ask? I'm Dennis from Fairfield Lumber and Hardware, and that means not only will you be able to find someone from the moment you enter the store, but that our knowledgeable staff can answer the questions on big and small projects. We have two convenient locations in Eddyville across from the BP and just off the southwest corner of the Albee Square. The only locally owned lumber and hardware store on your list, Fairfield Lumber and Hardware.
Watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football, the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show continues on KBIZ and on the live video stream. And if you're watching on the live video stream, I'll turn the camera a little bit and let you get a look at the Fairfield Marching Band as they entertain the crowd for their pregame show. All right, time now for JVA's Keys to Victory. Ottumwa coming in at 0-1, needing to find a way to get to 1-1 by knocking off the Trojans, a team they haven't played since 1997. All right, the number one key for Ottumwa, I believe, is to be physical. They've got to take advantage of the fact that they are a bigger team than Fairfield. You got a big left tackle in Kevin Moreno-Lozano. You got a big center in Justin Perez. You got a tall right tackle in Lane Spurgeon. And maybe more importantly, undersized Fairfield kids on the other side of the ball. And it works both ways as well. Ottumwa should be bigger when they line up defensively. Ottumwa cannot get pushed around either side of the ball. They've got to win the battle in the trenches. They've got to make that size advantage actually count for something tonight, because if they can push Fairfield off the ball, if they can open holes, get a hat on a hat, open holes for the ball carriers, Ottumwa could have a really good night. But again, they have to execute. Key number two for Ottumwa, and this might have gotten a little bit harder because at least right now it's lightly sprinkling, maybe misting, maybe a little bit more than misting here at Trojan Stadium. We were hoping we were done with precipitation tonight, but we may get a little bit of a wet start. It's not coming down hard by any means, but you might get a slippery football And that plays into key number 2 because the key is for Tanner Shark to be more accurate with his throwing. Again, he was only 7 of 20 with a couple of interceptions in the Oskaloosa loss last week, and he missed a couple of open throws that could have led to touchdowns. And in at least one case, he had a seam route to Farrington wide open down the middle and missed him. It would have been a touchdown. So Shark needs to be more accurate with his passes when Ottumwa does drop back and throw the football. And then finally, the third key to the football, or third key to victory for Ottumwa on the defensive side of the football, I should say, is just locked down defensively. Fairfield averaged over 20 yards per reception last week in their win over Mount Pleasant. That means they're throwing the ball deep. Ottumwa's got to stay with the Fairfield receivers as they go downfield. It's got to have tight coverage. Be physical with the receivers at the line. Don't commit interference downfield, but make sure that Tate Allen, their quarterback, doesn't have big windows to throw the ball into. Got to lock it down better in pass coverage. And if Ottumwa is able to do that, then they can slow down this Fairfield offense and hopefully have a first winning night of 2021. Bulldogs are looking for their first win since 2019. We don't dwell a lot on being winless last year because with COVID and the schedule changes, the last-minute games against better teams than Ottumwa thought they were going to be playing, everything was just kind of shaken up last year. But this year back to normal, and again, on paper, you look at the size, you look at some of the experience. Ottumwa doesn't have a lot of experienced players back from last year, but they do have a few. And again, they've got the size advantage. They've got to use that tonight. They've got to be the more physical team. Take this game to the Trojans on their home field. And if they do that, Ottumwa should have a good chance to win. If they're back on their heels, though, this game could go the wrong way. So, again, biggest key to victory for Ottumwa tonight is just being physical. All right, we talked about the weather. Again, it's misting just a little bit right now. We can see it in the lights here at Trojan Stadium. 72 degrees will be our kickoff temperature as we're just about 5 minutes or so away. Obviously, overcast skies. And the precipitation chance right around 15% really throughout the evening. We look at the radar here. A few scattered showers that pop up from time to time. One of them rolling through in the last few minutes, and we might see an occasional shower or two during the football game as well, but shouldn't be anything too outrageous. As Ottumwa and Fairfield getting ready to do battle, you heard the cannon go off for Fairfield. You see the Trojans taking the field. And I should mention this, if you're seeing this on the video stream, you're probably picking this up. It's Military Appreciation Night here at Fairfield, and the National Guard has given the Trojans special camouflage jerseys to wear. So Fairfield has their traditional black helmets with the orange stripe and the Fairfield Trojan logo on the sides of the helmets, but they have camouflage jerseys, black trim on the collar, black numbers front and back, and black pants, the normal pants for the Trojans. Ottumwa in their road whites, red lettering, red numbers front and back, red pants with white trim, the white helmets with the red stripe, and the red Ottumwa O for OHS. I believe it's about time for the national anthem. I am double checking to see if that's what everybody's about to line up for here. I would presume the marching band will play the national anthem. Yep, they're getting ready for the anthem here. So we will take a 3-minute timeout, come back and get you ready for the opening kickoff. That'll do it for the Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show. Football comes your way next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
Looks like they picked the wrong getaway driver.
Gonna be paying for this for a long time.
They will, but with accident forgiveness. Allstate won't raise your rates just because of an accident, even if it's your fault.
Cut! Sonny.
Is that good?
Line. The desert never lies.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you were talking about Allstate and insurance.
I just, when I...
Let's try again. Everybody back to one.
Accident forgiveness from Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Cole Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Cole Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Cole Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Our homes are one of our most important investments. Don't let your home be at risk from termite damage. Contact Atomic Termite and Pest Control to discuss the Centricon system, a proactive solution to protect your home from termites.
Hi, I'm Dylan Laux, third generation service technician with Atomic Pest Control. If you have pest problems, call me at 682-6166. That's 682-6166. Atomic Pest Control, serving southeast Iowa and northeast Missouri since 1949.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Football, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. Good evening once again, everybody. Jason Van Arkel with you from Trojan Stadium. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Ottumwa and Fairfield for the first time since 1997. Coin toss has just been completed. I believe Ottumwa won and deferred, so Fairfield will receive the opening kickoff. The Ottumwa captains tonight, Ethan Renteria, Cooper Derby, Luke Gravy, Miles Sainer. And Ottumwa will kick it away to the Trojans to get the action underway here tonight. 72 degrees, cloudy skies, an occasional light shower is possible. We've got two drones flying above the field here, I believe. And they're apparently now having a contest to see who can fly higher. And now they'll kind of peel off from each other. I think the coaching staffs have something to do with that. But anyway, we are ready to get things underway. For Ottumwa, it will be a player I don't have on my roster kicking off, number 28. We'll get that name in a moment, but here we go. The foot to the ball, kind of little squib kick, and it's caught at about the 37 on the right side, taken down just shy of the 40 on the play is Isaiah Deal. So it'll be first down and 10 Fairfield at their own 39-yard line. And they'll move left to right as we look at it here in the opening half. Ball in the right hash. Tate Allen, the quarterback. Ottumwa comes out 3 down linemen. Actually, they come out 4 down linemen. Shotgun, single back behind him, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen, a long count, gets the snap, turns around, play action, rolling right, under pressure, right away, looking, fires back across his body, knocked away, incomplete. There is a flag down. Like Luke Gravy broke up that pass at about the 45 of Ottumwa, but we get a personal foul, late hit on Ottumwa, as it was Lane Spurgeon in hot pursuit of Allen. And apparently he hit him on the sideline after that pass was gone. So Ottumwa starts the game with what looked like a good play, but they commit a personal foul. And that'll make it 1st and 10, Fairfield at the Ottumwa 46. 11:50 on the clock, opening quarter, opening drive for the Trojans. They've got 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Single back, Teddy Metcalf behind the quarterback, Allen. Allen with the snap. Hand off to Metcalf right up the middle. Finds some running room inside the 40. Dragged down from behind as he gets it all the way down near a first down, and he may have it. He does have it down to the Ottumwa 36. Gain of 10 on the play for Metcalf. So Fairfield 1st and 10 at the Ottumwa 36. A penalty gave this drive a jump start, and now Fairfield on the move. Trojans break the huddle in those special camouflage jerseys. 3 wide right, short side of the field. Single wide out left, that's Tate Richardson. One-on-one coverage out there by Ryan McKinnon, I believe. Snap to Allen. Quick handoff. Going right is Metcalf, and this time not a lot of room there, as Lane Spurgeon helped stack that one up for a gain of just 1. Maybe not even quite that. Well, we'll give him a yard to the 35, 2nd down and 9. Ball on the Ottumwa 35, just inside or right at the right hash. 3 wide to the left this time, single wide out to the short side of the field, the right. That's Evan Haynes down there for Fairfield. And Metcalf the back behind Allen in the pistol. Gets the snap, looking left, looking, fires over the middle, got a man open, caught at the 15-10-5 touchdown. Just a post route. Trying to pick up who the receiver was for Fairfield. Again, those jerseys are hard to read. But Fairfield with a quick strike, and they lead 6-0. We said Ottumwa had to lock up better in pass coverage, and that time they did not. Trojans will attempt the extra point. And a whistle before the play starts. Play clock is at 0. Did they? Nope, Ottumwa was called for encroachment. So will Fairfield still kick, even though they move half the distance? Or might they change their mind? Some teams would go for 2, given the yardage here. Now they'll just kick it from a yard and a half closer. Good snap. The hold was struggled, and Ottumwa blocks the kick. Might have been Shakir Pope who got in there. Kick no good. 10:39 first quarter. Ottumwa down 6-0. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Why do people love bench warmers? It starts with the best wings. Never frozen, with 22 different wing sauces. Or you can enjoy our loaded menu that includes tasty sandwiches, daily homemade soups, daily specials, appetizers, pizza complete with wonderful service. Benchwarmers' delicious food, the best wings, and fun atmosphere makes it a wonderful place to enjoy with family, coworkers, and friends. Benchwarmers, the area's go-to eating destination in Ottumwa.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Fairfield needs just 3 plays plus a penalty to go 61 yards. And a minute 18, a 35-yard touchdown pass by quarterback Tate Allen makes it 6-0 Trojans. The extra point was partially blocked by Ottumwa. And now the Trojans will kick it back to OHS. High end over end kick. It'll be taken at about the 11-yard line left side. Coming back to the 15, right side to the 20. Trying to get outside is Ryan McKinnon. And he is taken down right around the 20-yard line. And that's where Ottumwa will take over, first down and 10. 10:34 to go in the opening quarter. Tanner Shark hoping to lead the Bulldogs right back down the field and answer the score by Fairfield. Fairfield came out in 4 wide, sometimes 2 to each side, sometimes 3 right, 1 left, or reverse. Ottumwa comes out 2 wide to the left. Shark in a pistol gets the snap, gives it on the end around and some room for Salema out across the 20, 25, 30 down the sideline, 35 cuts back, and he's across the 40, spun down at the 42-yard line, and that'll be a 22-yard run for Salema and a Bulldog first down. A little bit of counteraction there, a little bit of misdirection as Shark turned to his right and handed it to the wingback Salema coming right to left. Bulldogs quickly out of the huddle. Wingbacks to either side. Schlarbaum at the left, Salema the right. Single wide out left. And to give to Schlarbaum around right side. He's got some room across the 35, and he's hit down at the 36, gain of 4 for Connor Schlarbaum, his first carry of the night. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Bulldogs down 6-0. Just over 2 minutes gone in the opening quarter here at Fairfield. Second down and 6, I formation, wideouts to either side. Shark under center. Hands it right up the middle and some more running room for Schlarbaum. He's chopped down right at midfield, 2 yards shy of the first down. So another 4-yard gain for Connor. 3rd down and 2 from midfield. Ottumwa doesn't mind being methodical here. In fact, given the Bulldogs' size advantage, a long drive is a good way to wear down the Fairfield defense. 3rd and 2. Come out in a big formation. Single wide out to the left is Sainer. Everybody else in tight. I formation. Fairfield showing blitz. Quick give to Farrington. The fullback tried to bounce it outside, and he loses 2 back to the 48. I think somebody missed a block on that side as Farrington taken down for a 2-yard loss, and now it's 4th and 4. And decision time for Ottumwa here. Are you going to gamble this early in the game? Offense for the moment is staying out there. Salema now heading to the sideline by himself. Still 25 on the play clock. Ottumwa's got plenty of time here. Bulldogs will line up as if to go for it. 2 wide left, wing back Salema to the right. Shark under center, single back Schlarbaum behind him. And Schlarbaum false started in the backfield. And that'll turn 4th and 4 into 4th and 9. And now that will probably switch Ottumwa into punt formation. It will. Bulldogs had the makings of a good drive there, but they go backwards on 3rd and 2 and then false start on 4th and 4. And now Salema back to punt. Tate Richardson is back deep for Fairfield. They've got an up man as well right around the 27. Richardson backing up to his 10. Salema gets off kind of a sidewinder kick. It'll land short and roll to about the 25. Whistles blow. There may be a flag down. And we're waiting for the signal here. Sideline warning on Fairfield. So the punt counts, and Fairfield takes over 1st down and 10, 8:08 to go in the opening quarter. The ball sitting at the Trojan 25. So the Trojans come out 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Allen with the single back behind him. Gets the snap. Hands it off, and that's going to go down for a loss. Ottumwa swarming over, I believe, Metcalf. He'll lose 2 back to the 23-yard line. Theron Royer was in there, Mike Kane. Host of white jerseys there for OHS. So a negative play there. 2nd down and 12. Ottumwa hoping to keep Fairfield behind the chains, but Fairfield not afraid to throw it deep. We saw that on the first touchdown pass. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen a long count. Gets a snap, back to pass, has time. Now rolling to his left, stepping up, and he's going to tuck it and try to get away. Breaks one tackle, caught from behind, got to about the 30-yard line, so a 7-yard scramble for Tate Allen. And that'll bring up what feels like a pretty big 3rd down and 5 early in this game. 7-10 and counting first quarter. Fairfield with the ball, left hash at its own 30. Trojans in the huddle, taking their time. Now they come out 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen gets the low snap, back to pass, drifting to his left, throws, caught. Knocked away, incomplete, and he wouldn't have had the first down anyway. Try to go out in the flat. Let me pick up the number of the Bulldog who broke that up. Looked like Cooper Derby knocked that ball away, and it's 4th down. So 4th and 5. Tanner Shark will be back to receive the punt by Tate Allen. So their quarterback is their punter as well. Shark back inside his 40. Good snap. And Allen acts like he's going to run it, then shanks it off to the right. A very short kick. It'll take an Ottumwa bounce inside the 35, and it's down at the 33-yard line. So that is a 2-yard or a 3-yard punt. And Ottumwa with a golden opportunity here. They take over, 6:24 to go first quarter at the Fairfield 33-yard line, trailing 6-0. But only a short field away from tying the game and potentially taking the lead. So first down and 10. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Lone wide out left is Salema. Shark in the shotgun. The snap rolls to him. He's just going to run left. Now he can throw left, and it's deflected, incomplete. A broken play, but all of a sudden downfield open was Luke Gravy. Shark's throw, however, was deflected at about the 30 and fell incomplete, 2nd down. Well, that was almost a disaster, then almost a great play. You can't blame Shark. Gravy was wide open. I thought Tanner was going to run it for 5 or 6 yards. Okay, the ball is actually at the 34, not the 33, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 34. Shark under center now, 2 wide left. Quick handoff, Schlarbaum up the middle. He's got some room, puts his head down, gets to the 30, gain of 4. Well, Schlarbaum's been good for 4 yards on each of his 3 carries. 3rd down and 6. This is almost certainly 4-down territory here for Ottumwa. Bulldogs looking to the sideline. Still plenty of time on the play clock. 5:50 and counting first quarter. 2 wide right, single wide out left. Salema's wide to the right. I formation. Shark rolling to his right, looking, and he is chopped down near the sideline from behind. That'll be a sack of a couple-yard loss. He had 2 receivers in the pattern, both recovered. And it was eventually Aiden Lyons who came in and got the sack. 3-yard loss, actually. And it is 4th down and 9 for Ottumwa from the Fairfield 33. Bulldogs will go for it here. Shark under center, double wing formation, single wide out left. Tanner gives it on the end around. Nope, he kept it and throws it. It is caught, but tackled short of the first down is Farrington on the left, just outside the 25-yard line. The play action had me fooled. Farrington got open in the flat, but Fairfield closed it down. It's a gain of 7 when they needed 9, and Ottumwa turns it over on downs. So the Bulldogs waste an early golden opportunity, started the drive at the Fairfield 34, but could not get a first down. And now Fairfield takes over on their own 26, first down and 10. Trojans with it on the right hash. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Tate Allen in the shotgun. Single back behind him, I believe, is still Metcalf. Now the slot man on the left comes in motion. Now lines up as an H-back. There's a snap, a give to Metcalf, and he's got room left side out across the 30 and stopped at the 31, driven back after a gain of 5. Second down and 5 from the Fairfield 31. 4:40 and counting first quarter. Trojans leading 6-0. Fairfield got a 35-yard touchdown pass on their opening drive. They'll send 3 wide to the left, single wide out to the right. Tate again with the single back behind it. Or Tate Allen, I should say. Gets a snap and another handoff and hit behind the line. Nope. Allen kept it on the zone read, and he's to the left out across the 40. There is a flag down at about the 39 as Allen is tackled right around the 42, but let's see what the flag is here. Did we possibly get a hold downfield on a Fairfield wide receiver? That is indeed the call, so take the first down off the board. It'll be 10 yards, I believe, from the spot of the foul. That'll push Fairfield back to its own 29 and turn what would have been a first down into a second down and 6. Well, that was a great fake by Tate Allen. I thought he had given it to Metcalf, but Allen kept it and went around the left side where he had some running room, but the hold will negate the run. It's only a 2-yard net loss because the penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's second down and 6 from the 29. 4:04 and counting opening quarter. Still 6-0 in favor of the Trojans. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Allen again in that shotgun with a single back Metcalf behind him. As the snap, quick handoff to Metcalf right side, and he's got a little bit of room, but a good tackle on the play by Cooper Derby limits Metcalf to only about a 4-yard gain to the 33. So it'll be third down and 3 from the 33 for Fairfield. And another big early play in this first quarter for the Ottumwa defense. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen awaiting the snap. Gets it, back to pass. Rolls out to his left. Looking, throws, and it is caught in the flat out across the 40 to the 42 for a Fairfield first down. Allen got rid of that ball just before he got tackled. Dre Rivera on the stop for Ottumwa. He got there right away. But the catch was made. Again, those numbers on these Fairfield jerseys so hard to read, especially on the other side of the field. It might have been Max Wheaton, the tight end. And it's a gain of 9 and a Trojan first down out to their own 42. 2:40 and counting opening quarter. Ball on the left hash, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen in the shotgun, gets the snap, turn around, hand it to Metcalf right side, a little bit of a hole, but again, Ottumwa meets him in the hole, and that'll be just a 2-yard gain out to the 44. As that time Carson Kenny came up from his safety spot to make the stop. Good run support there from the safety spot by Kenny. Second down and 8. Going to count down to under 2 minutes to go by the time Fairfield snaps this ball again. Again, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen gets the snap, play action. Back to pass, here comes the pressure. He stumbles, rolls left, got a block. Now coming back to his right, still under pressure, and he throws it at the feet of Wheaton, incomplete. It'll be third down and 8. Well, one of the Ottumwa rushers turned around into a pretty vicious block there, but 2 other Bulldogs kept the pressure on Allen and forced the incompletion. Now third and long for Fairfield with 1:41 to go in the opening quarter. Ottumwa still down 6-0, but perhaps 1 play away from getting off the field and getting the ball back. Trojans break the huddle. They'll send 3 wide to the right, and a single wide out is Tate Richardson to the left. Allen looking left at Richardson, now gets the snap. Looking that way, now rolling to his right, throws over the middle, and it is caught by Wheaton. He breaks a tackle, but good secondary pursuit by Renteria there. Ethan Renteria prevents a further gain, but Wheaton is all the way down to the Ottumwa 36-yard line for another Fairfield first down. One of Ottumwa's linebackers, I'm not sure which one, nearly got a hand on that pass, but it was just over his fingertips. A 20-yard reception for Max Wheaton. First and 10 Fairfield, minute 15 to go in the quarter. At the Ottumwa 36, 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Allen gets the snap, back to pass, has time, looking deep down the left side. He underthrew it, and that's going to be intercepted on the right side. Coming back 30, 35, 40, out to the 45 and down. I think that is McKinnon. Way over on the far side of the field. Ryan McKinnon with the interception, first of his career, and the Bulldogs will take over at their own 45-yard line. 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And it's first down Bulldogs. McKinnon did a good job there. He recognized right away that ball was underthrown, and he broke off the coverage to wait on the ball. The receiver down there, might have been Richardson, overran it, tried to come back. McKinnon picked it off, and then McKinnon was able to avoid the diving Richardson and get upfield for about a 20, 25-yard return there. McKinnon had 6 picks last year with the sophomores, gets his first varsity interception. Now 2 wide left on this first down snap to Shark, and he gave it to Schlarbaum, but no room there over the right side as Connor's taken down for no gain, second down and 10. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Ottumwa down 6-0. Bulldogs now ahead on the turnover battle with the interception, but can they take advantage of it? Second down and 10. And Ottumwa's got the size advantage, but really haven't taken advantage of it yet. Double wing formation. Shark in the shotgun, 2 wideouts to either side as well. Gets the snap and gives it to Suleiman. He's in a lot of trouble in the backfield, trying to reverse his field, and he is driven backwards. Forward progress should be the 35, and it is. And Suleiman is still down and his helmet's off. I think Ottumwa wanted a little piling on there. I don't think there's a flag down. And that'll be a loss of 10. It'll make it 3rd down and 20. All the way back to the 35 of OHS. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Fairfield up 6-0. Bulldogs 3rd and long. We're back in 1 minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Talking with someone about suicide or suicidal thoughts can be hard, but sometimes it's a necessary conversation to have. If you're concerned about someone and you've noticed a drastic change in behavior, ask the person directly if they are considering suicide. Research shows that asking the question directly helps the suicidal person feel at ease and less alone. For more information, call Southern Iowa Mental Health Center 24 hours a day, 844-430-8520.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Fairfield 6, Ottumwa nothing. Bulldogs have the ball, but it's 3rd down and 20. from their own 35-yard line. Ottumwa got the ball after Ryan McKinnon picked off Tate Allen and ran it back to the Fairfield 45. The Bulldogs have gone backwards in 2 plays and now face a third in eternity. 2 wide out left, 2 wing backs, 1 to each side. Shark in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Here comes a blitz up the middle. Little screen pass out to Schlarbaum, I think. He's out across the 45. No, pardon me. That was Cooper Derby who made the catch. And he's down. He's well short of the first down. He's down at the Ottumwa 48. There is a flag down at the 40. And we've got a hold on Ottumwa here. Now, what does Fairfield do? It's still, if Fairfield declines the penalty, it's 4th down and 7. If they accept the penalty, it's 3rd down and 25 as they move the ball back to the 30. And Fairfield's going to accept the penalty. So now 3rd and 25. And what does Ottumwa have in the playbook here? I like the play design of that little screen to Cooper Derby, but it's wiped out on the hold. Play clock down to 10 as Ottumwa finally gets lined up here. They're going to have to hurry. Sharks got 5 on the play clock. Down to 3, gets the snap. And a handoff to Schlarbaum, just trying to get what he can, and only a couple yards to the right side before he's tackled by a host of camouflage jerseys. Gain of 2 for Connor, but it is 4th down and forever. And Abaya Salema, I believe, will come on to punt this away. Tate Richardson back to receive again. The last punt fell short of him. Tate Allen is the up man at about the 40-yard line of Fairfield. Richardson is inside his 25. Salema standing back at his own 20 to receive the snap. Good snap, no pressure. Gets away a good end-over-end kick that will bounce, and Richardson has it at the 32, makes a couple men miss up across the middle of the field, 35, 40, 45, and he swarmed under just shy of midfield. He fielded that punt on a bounce, made a little juke to his left, and turned it into about an 18-yard return. 1st and 10 Fairfield at their own 49, their best field position of this first half. 10:37 to go in the half. Fairfield leading Ottumwa 6-0. Trojans send 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen with Metcalf behind him in the backfield. Bulldogs perhaps showing blitz here. And it's a keeper by Allen out to the right side on the zone read. He's got room to the 45-40 down the sideline, and he'll take it out of bounds. A flag comes in late, though, from the referee, and he's got a block in the back, I believe, on the Trojans, and this run will come back. Flag sitting at the Ottumwa 46, and from there it would put the ball back at the Fairfield 44. So Fairfield, a couple of times in this game, has hurt itself with penalties. That's at least the second time a first down has been wiped off the board. So it's 1st down and 15 for Fairfield from their own 44 after the 10-yard penalty for the block in the back. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen gets a snap. This time he will give it to Metcalf, room left side, cuts back to the right. He's out across the 50 into Ottumwa territory and taken down at about the 47. Make it the 48, but it'll make it the 47. That'll be a gain of 9. That'll make it 2nd down and 6. Fairfield into Ottumwa territory. This time 3 wide go to the left, single wide out right. Allen calls out the signals, gets a snap, and again, right up the middle, gives it to Metcalf, and not a lot of room there. Maybe got to the 45 for a 2-yard gain. The center of that Ottumwa line stands up strong. Jay Guerra in on the stop. Only a gain of 1 there. So 3rd down and 5. The Ottumwa defense, after the opening touchdown, has stood up fairly well. And another key 3rd down here. Fairfield on the Ottumwa side of the 50 at the 46, or just inside the 46 technically. If they don't gain any yards, they might punt here. If it's 4th and short, they might go for it. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Snap to Allen. It's going to be a reverse handoff in the end around, and he's got room to run. 45, 40, and down to the 35-yard line on the play. And that'll be Connor Lyons, the slot man, who went 11 yards to the 1st down. Saw that play develop. Ottumwa had 1 defender out there to try to break it up, and Lyons made a nice move to cut inside him and then go upfield. 1st down and 10, Fairfield at the Ottumwa 35. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Bulldogs show some press coverage on the outside right. Allen with the snap, a give to Metcalf, breaks a couple of tackles, and then Jay Guerra says no more and shoves him back after a gain of maybe only a yard. 2nd down and 9. Eight minutes to go until the half. Fairfield driving, leading Ottumwa 6-0. Lane Spurgeon checks in for Shakira Hyman. Those two kind of sharing time at defensive end. 3 wide right, 1 to the left for the Trojans. Ottumwa with 4 down linemen on this play. There's a snap and another give, and a couple of yards of running room for Metcalf, but then he is hit hard by Spurgeon, who just checked in. Theron Royer also in on that stop. Gain of only 2. Connor Schlarbaum might have stuck his head in there as well. And it's 3rd down and 7. Another key 3rd down play for Fairfield here. They've gone inside 2 straight plays. They've shown a tendency, I think, to run some misdirection and try to get outside on 3rd down if they run the ball. Of course, Allen can throw the ball as well. Ottumwa would like to get some pressure on him if he drops back. 3 wide right, 1 to the left, 3rd down and 7. And Allen back to pass. Has plenty of time. Throws over the middle. Defender fell down. Catch is made. 20, 15, and diving ahead to the 12-yard line is Max Wheaton for a Fairfield 1st down. 21 yards on 3rd and 7 on a crossing route there by Wheaton, who lined up in the right slot. And I didn't see, but I think 2 Ottumwa defenders kind of bumped into each other, and one of them fell down. So now Fairfield in the red zone, threatening to make it a 2-score game. 6:50 and counting, 2nd quarter. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Allen in the shotgun, Metcalf directly behind him. There's a snap. Allen back to pass. Looking now, being pressured, chased by Spurgeon out to the right, and he'll just throw it away. 2nd down and 10. Bulldogs 1 intentional grounding. Allen was well outside the tackle box. And I think the throw went right back to the line of scrimmage there, so no flag. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 for Fairfield from the Ottumwa 12. Good coverage downfield that time by the OHS secondary to make sure Allen had nowhere to throw, and then Spurgeon forced him into the incompletion. Again, 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Allen again awaiting the snap. Metcalf set behind him. It'll be a handoff to Metcalf, right side. He's hit in the backfield and taken down for a 3-yard loss back to the 15. Royer, Derby, Guerra, Kane all in on that stop for OHS. 3rd and 13 back to the 15-yard line, loss of 3. Big 3rd down here coming up for OHS. Fairfield, this might be 4-down territory for them. They don't have much in the way of a kicker. Their extra point in this game was blocked, and Nate Smithberg was 1 for 3 on extra points in their opener. But Ottumwa's got to get a stop here on third down to make Fairfield think about it. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 3rd and 13 from the 15. There's a snap, back to pass. Allen looking, fires to the end zone left side. Jump ball knocked away by Carson Kenny. They were trying to find the tall tight end, Max Wheaton, in the left corner of the end zone, but Carson Kenny got in front of it, leapt up, and knocked it down. 4th down. And Fairfield looks like they're going to attempt a field goal here, I should say. And the young man who's going to kick is wearing 47. I do not have a 47 on my roster. It will be a 31-yard field goal try from inside the left hash. Snap is low. Allen gets it down. Kick is up, end over end, and no good. Wide right. So Ottumwa turns Fairfield away. A missed field goal with 5:39 to go until halftime. It's still only 6-0 Trojans. And give a lot of credit to Carson Kenny for breaking up that 3rd down pass in the end zone. The only tall receiver Fairfield has is Wheaton, the tight end, and I thought they might try a jump ball to him at 6'2". Kenny giving up a few inches, but he got up in the air to make that play. So the ball goes to the 20-yard line. And Ottumwa takes over, 1st down and 10. Second time tonight they've started a drive from the 20. I formation. Shark under center, and a handoff to the deep back. That is Ethan Renneria getting his first carry, and he'll get 2, maybe 3, out to the 23-yard line for Renneria. 2nd down and 7. Renneria had 7 carries for 41 yards last week after Austin Fountain was hurt. 2nd and 7. Too wide to the right. Wingbacks both sides. Shark alone in the shotgun. And he'll get his wingback in motion, and kind of a broken play. Shark having to run to the left, and he is taken down for a loss. And that's back behind the 20 to the 18. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Loss of 5 is... That might have been an end around, perhaps intended for Salema, but the snap and the timing was not good. It was a high snap. Shark had to leap up to get it, and by the time he came down with it, he had nobody around him but Fairfield jerseys. 3rd and 12. Ottumwa, and again in another tough situation down a distance. Here comes a blitz. Shark was back to pass, and he's not going to get away. He'll be sacked back at about the 14-yard line. Fairfield had 3 defenders come right through that Ottumwa line. And I don't know what you would call on 3rd and 12 to begin with, but Shark never had a prayer. 4th down, under 4 minutes to go until the half, and Ottumwa punting from deep in its own territory here. Ottumwa's perhaps one man short on the kick unit, and now they'll get somebody on late. Bulldogs are going to need to call a timeout here before the clock runs out. Play clock does, and they do. 3:29 to go until the half. 4th down Ottumwa. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The Ottumwa called its first timeout, brought to you by the Wood Iron Grill at the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course. Wood Iron Grill is your destination for an unforgettable dining experience. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time for hours and specials. Like them on Facebook. Ottumwa 4th down and 16 from its own 14-yard line. Nabaya Salema back to punt at his own 2. High snap, and he gets it down. Here comes the rush, and it's partially blocked. And it will be fielded at the 23, down to the 10, and it's Tate Allen, and he is into the end zone for a punt return touchdown off the deflected punt. Normally you get a partially blocked punt, it lands just a few yards upfield and is downed, but Allen got underneath it, and nobody from Ottumwa kind of realized where that ball had gone. Salema was the only man who could have made the tackle, but he was hit at the 1, and Allen dove into the end zone. So Ottumwa with a special teams fiasco, and Fairfield has doubled its lead. It's 12-0. And the Trojans, leading 12-0, will go for 2. With 3:19 to go until the half. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Allen gets the snap, hands it to Metcalf, and he's into the end zone standing up. 14-0 Trojans. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is The Ride Bicycle Shop, and we're located on the southeast corner of the Courthouse Square in Fairfield. I'm the owner, Mark Smith, and meeting people through the world of bikes is what I'm passionate about. I carry everything you need to get on the road, new bikes, accessories, and repair. Remember, Christmas will be here before you know it. The Ride is currently open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Christmas. Stop by the store and check out our inventory, or dust off that bike in the back of the garage and get a tune-up. Remember, it's all about the ride, so have a good one.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Fairfield returns a partially blocked punt, 23 yards for a touchdown. The 2-point run by Teddy Metcalf is good after the punt return touchdown by Tate Allen, and Fairfield leads Ottumwa 14-0. 3:19 to go until the half. Trojans kick it away, end over end, and Abaya Salema with it at the 6. Nearly fell down, keeps his feet to the left, 15, 20, splits defenders, 25, 30, still going, 35, 40, 45, 50, one man to beat, and he's dragged down from behind at the Fairfield 43-yard line. Abaya Salema puts Ottumwa in position to maybe get a score back before the half. And that is a 51-yard kickoff return. Ottumwa called for a sideline warning, but that doesn't hurt them yet. And they'll take over with 3:08 to go in the half. Make it a, well, they marked that all the way down to the 41 of Fairfield. Second time Ottumwa started in Fairfield territory. They couldn't take advantage of the first one. Let's see if the offense can find something here. 2 wide left, short side of the field, wing back to the right. Shark in the shotgun. Renteria on his right hip. First down and 10 Bulldogs. There's a snap, a give to Renteria, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. And Renteria probably shouldn't have tried to bounce that one outside, as he'll be dropped back at the 44, loss of 3. Ottumwa, the last few series have been going the wrong way offensively. Second down and 13. 2:40 and counting until halftime. Ottumwa down 14-0. A golden opportunity to get back within a score. The Bulldogs do get the ball to start the second half. So you can get back-to-back scores here, but you got to start going the right way. Shark, quick give to Renteria up the middle. This time he's got some room. Breaking tackles. He's inside the 35. And a couple yards shy of the first down. But a good second down run. Tough running by Ethan Renteria. They'll mark it at the 33, a gain of 11. They're down, quick snap, quarterback sneak by Shark. He's got a first down and more, and he breaks through. 10-5, touchdown. A quarterback sneak on 3rd and 2, and it goes 33 yards to get Ottumwa on the board. Boy, Fairfield must not have been set at all for that quick quarterback keeper, and now a flag flies by the referee well after the touchdown. And we have unsportsmanlike on Fairfield, and I think that's called on the Fairfield bench. So a bolt of lightning, Tanner Shark, 33-yard touchdown run, even 2 minutes on the clock. Well, he went into the pile, and the pile moved about 6 or 7 yards, and then Tanner burst out the other side. He kind of looked like Joel Lanning when Lanning was a quarterback for Iowa State a few years ago. But someone will attempt the extra point. Kane is the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. Ottumwa cuts it to 14-7. 2 minutes ago until the halftime. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
After a 53-yard kick return by Abaya Salama, Ottumwa goes 41 yards in 3 plays, a 33-yard touchdown run by Tanner Shark. Extra point good by Alex Yepes. And Ottumwa's back within a touchdown. They trail Fairfield 14-7. 2 minutes to go until the half. Ottumwa will kick off from the Fairfield 45 after the unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Fairfield bench after the Bulldog touchdown. Abaya Salama will take this kick. Will he just boom it into the end zone or kick it high and short? He'll try an onside kick. Ball is loose. Ottumwa might have it. Let's see. They're piled up at about the 32. Let's see who's got it. Oh, Fairfield got on it. Boy, I thought Ottumwa had a golden opportunity to get that onside kick. Boy, Salama nearly got his own kick there. I'm not sure who from Fairfield got on it. Everybody kind of disappeared in a pile of bodies. Now 1:57 for Fairfield, and the dangerous part of that is that Fairfield can and will throw the ball deep. The Trojans have 2 timeouts left. Ottumwa has all 3. Fairfield lines up 2 wide left, 2 wide right, first down and 10 from their own 32. Bulldogs back in the game now, trailing 14-7. Tate Allen, the quarterback, back to pass, rolling to his left, looking deep, throws it deep, looking for Richardson, and he makes a diving catch inside the 25 and down near the 20-yard line. He had a step on McKinnon, and thankfully Richardson didn't catch that in stride or he'd have been gone. They'll mark it at the 20. I think that's generous by a yard or 2. Shouldn't get where you slide to. That's a 48-yard reception for Tate Richardson. And now Fairfield with 1:38 and counting, first down and 10 at the Ottumwa 20. Now the Trojans not in a hurry at all. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Allen back to pass. Steps up, throws under pressure, it's underthrown, jump ball, caught at about the 2-yard line over on the far side near the pylon. And I think that's Max Wheaton. Carson Kenny was right there in coverage, but Wheaton went up and got that one. And they'll mark it at the 1. That's a 19-yard reception. And it is first and goal on 2 passes. And it's now we've got an Ottumwa player injured. Then Trying to see who it is walking off. He's either favoring his arm or his shoulder, maybe his neck. It'll be first and goal from the 1 with 1:13 to go until the half. And someone nearly had that onside kick, but now Fairfield looks like they're about to take advantage of their final opportunity before halftime. Allen in the shotgun. This time Metcalf on his right hip. And he's letting the play clock run down. Gets the snap. Keeper, right side, touchdown. Tate Allen. And a flag flies in the end zone at the end of the play. Allen kind of bumped into the Ottumwa defensive back. That didn't look like much. And they call a personal foul on Ottumwa. Well, it looked like Allen dropped his shoulder into the Fairfield player or into the Ottumwa defender, and the flag's on Ottumwa. That doesn't make any sense. And unfortunately for me, the supervisors observing the referees were sitting up here most of the first half. They've left the press box. If they were still sitting next to me, I'd be voicing my complaint to them right now, because Allen ran into the Ottumwa defender and they called the personal foul on us. That doesn't make any sense. Extra point is up and good, and Fairfield's back up 2 touchdowns, 21-7. We'll take 30 seconds in return on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Wapello County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Fairfield goes 68 yards in just 3 plays, a 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Tate Allen. They make the extra point to make it 21-7, a 2-touchdown lead again over OHS. Now Fairfield will kick off from the Ottumwa 45 after that ridiculous penalty called against the Bulldogs when Allen ran into the end zone, lowered his shoulder into the Ottumwa safety, and Ottumwa got called for the penalty. Kickoff goes into the end zone, so the Bulldogs will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 20. With 53 seconds left in the half. And I don't know, unless Ottumwa can pull something out of the hat here, they're likely going to go into the half down 2 scores. They will get the ball to start the second half. Bulldogs have 2 timeouts remaining. 2 wide out left, 1 right, 1 tight end. Quick handoff, Renneria. Little bit of hole over the left side. 2nd and 5. The ball came out. Boy, I thought he was down, but Ottumwa recovers the fumble. And a good job there by Kevin Moreno-Lozano, the tackle, to get on that loose ball. So it ends up at an 8-yard gain out to the 28. Ottumwa will have to snap it one more time. They'll come out in the I formation. Fairfield stacks the box. And a handoff, Renneria left side, and he will be tackled for no gain. And that should be the final play of the half. As Ottumwa's just now getting up, under 10 seconds to go until halftime. And that'll do it. So we go to half, and Ottumwa's got a lot of work to do. They trail Fairfield 21-7 as we go to recess. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and begin the R&K Body Pros halftime show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albee is locally owned. What's that mean to you, you ask? I'm Dennis from Falvey Lumber and Hardware, and that means not only will you be able to find someone from the moment you enter the store, but that our knowledgeable staff can answer the questions on big and small projects. We have 2 convenient locations in Eddyville across from the BP and just off the southwest corner of the Albee Square. The only locally owned lumber and hardware store on your list, Falvey Lumber and Hardware.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride. Are you looking for someone to capture the special moments in life, such as senior photos, weddings, family portraits, baby pictures, or even your furry friends? Look no further than Lee's Photography in Ottumwa to schedule your appointment. Brian, Connie, and the staff at Lee's Photography have the knowledge and experience to capture your special moments and make your vision come to life. Visit them on Facebook to see the range of their work. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street, across from the Courier in Ottumwa, for all your all-around photography needs.
We know now more than ever how important high-speed fiber internet is to our customers, ranging from at-home work, at-home schooling, and all of your online gaming and streaming requests. We have you covered, but don't wait. Our springtime queue is filling up fast, and I want to help you get your name on that list. Call me, Samantha, your local Lisco sales rep, at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit our website at www.lisco.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We are at halftime, and welcome into the R&K Body Pros halftime show. R&K Body Pros on 2nd Street, 2 blocks west of the high school in Ottumwa, for reasonably priced quality auto body work, paint jobs, and insurance quotes. R&K Body Pros, a local business putting people first. Tough first half for your Ottumwa football team. They trail here at Fairfield 21-7. Fairfield scored on the opening drive, a personal foul penalty kick-started the drive, and then they just needed 3 plays to go 61 yards. Tate Allen, a 35-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was blocked, and Fairfield led 6-0. Still 10:59 to go in the opening quarter. From then, the two teams would trade possessions. Ottumwa would punt once, turn it over on downs once. Fairfield would punt once. Ryan McKinnon got an interception late in the first quarter, picking off Tate Allen. And then Ottumwa would have disaster strike late in the first half after Fairfield would miss a field goal with 5:39 to go in the half. Ottumwa took over at its own 20, went the wrong way in 3 plays, had a punt partially blocked, and Tate Allen, who's also the quarterback, of course, ran it back 23 yards for a touchdown. Teddy Metcalf ran in the 2-point conversion, and Ottumwa trailed 14-0. The Bulldogs had an answer, though. Abaya Salema, a 53-yard kick return to the Fairfield 41. And 3 plays later, on what was supposed to be just a quick 3rd and 2 quarterback sneak, Tanner Shark broke through the line and ran 33 yards for his 2nd touchdown of the season. Alex Yepes hit the extra point, and Ottumwa was back in at 14-7. Ottumwa then tried an onside kick after Fairfield had been called for unsportsmanlike conduct. They were kicking from the Fairfield 45. Ottumwa nearly recovered it, but Fairfield got it at the 32. Tate Allen hit a 48-yard pass to Tate Richardson, a 19-yard pass to Max Wheaton. Then Allen ran it in from a yard out for his third score of the game. He's thrown a touchdown, he's run back a punt for a touchdown, and he's had a touchdown run. And the extra point that time made it 21-7, and that's where we are at the half. So Ottumwa with work to do in the second half. The Bulldogs will get the ball to start the second half here at Trojan Stadium tonight. All right, let's send it back to the studio on the radio side. A 3-minute timeout, then Radio Iowa News. And on the video side, we'll run a break for you, let you meet some of our sponsors here, and then show you a little bit more of Fairfield's halftime show. Bulldogs down 21-7 at the half. We will join you shortly for the second half here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
Hello, this is Lisa Bittner, Clinic Manager with Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine. We specialize in pediatrics to geriatrics, internal medicine, and family practice, basically from babies to grandparents. We are here for you. We want to be your primary care provider. Call us at 641-683-0800 to schedule an appointment. Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, 522 North Hancock Street in Ottumwa. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org.
For excellence in auto body work and paint jobs, there is only one place to go, R&K Body Pros. They pride themselves on being a local business who puts their customers first. Not only do they do quality work, they do estimates, insurance jobs, and will work with clients on deductibles. If you are in an accident, see R&K Body Pros to get your car back to normal. They work with all insurances, making sure you're happy with your outcome. Excellence is what you can expect when you work with R&K Body Pros at 315 East 2nd Street in downtown Ottumwa.
Schroeder Graphics and Signs, LLC, across the road from RJ Performance, is your go-to headquarters for all things custom designed, including vehicle wraps, printing, signs, billboards, and state-of-the-art commercial lighted signs. They also do window designs, semis, and VIN DOTs, wall designs, any size of coolers, customized bag boards, custom trailers, tumblers, race cars, go-karts, off-road vehicles, and more. Realtors, contact them for your custom yard signs, too. Visit sgsignsllc.com and like them on Facebook. Schroeder Graphics, be a brand above.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Jason.
How much time?
40 seconds.
We are back on the R&K Body Pros halftime show here at Trojan Stadium in Fairfield tonight. Ottumwa trailing Fairfield 21-7. Time to take a look at your first half stats for Ottumwa. 54 rushing yards, only 7 passing yards, 61 total. Individually, Ethan Renteria has 5 carries for 9 yards. Connor Schlarbaum has 5 carries for 14 yards. Abaya Salema 2 carries for 12 yards. Tanner Shark, 4 carries for 21 yards and a touchdown. And Mason Farrington, 1 carry, -2 yards. Receiving, Mason Farrington, 1 catch for 2 yards. Well, pardon me, 1 catch for 7 yards. And Shark has only thrown 2 passes in this game. He's 1 of 2 for 7 yards. For Fairfield, they've got 49 rushing yards, 133 passing, 182 total. On the ground, Teddy Metcalf has 11 carries for 30 yards. Tate Allen has 2 carries for 8 yards and a touchdown. And Connor Lyons has 1 carry for 11 yards. Receiving, we're still not 100% sure who caught that first touchdown pass. It came from the slot, which makes me think it was Max Wheaton, who's their do-everything tight end / slot receiver. If that was Wheaton, he's got 5 catches for 85 yards. Or pardon me, 84 yards. And a touchdown. Tate Richardson, 1 catch for 48 yards. And then Tate Allen, 6 for 11, 152 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Ryan McKinnon picked him off in the first half. Allen also has a 23-yard punt return for the touchdown that put the Trojans up at the time 14-0. Ottumwa would answer, but then Fairfield would score with 53 seconds left in the half to restore their 2-score advantage at 21-7. So work to do for Ottumwa, but the Bulldogs will start the second half with the football. Abaya Salema is back deep to receive along with Ryan McKinnon. It was Salema's 53-yard kick return that set up Ottumwa's touchdown drive. And by the way, that Bulldog touchdown was brought to you by Family First Chiropractic and Dr. Nicole Gevok. So the Trojans will kick it away. The ball teed up at the 40. And kicking for them here this time, Carter Thompson. And the kick is in the air, end over end, and it will be Salema at about the 13-yard line going left to right. Cuts up 15, 20, 25, got some room, 35, breaks a tackle. And he's out across the 35 to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Another good kick return for Abaya Salema. And Ottumwa will take over, first down and 10. They'll officially mark him at the 38. Let's see what Ottumwa can do coming out of the locker room. 2 wide to the left, Farrington in the slot. I think that's Miles Sainer out wide. Wingback right is Salema. Schlarbaum on the left hip of Shark in the shotgun, gets a snap. Pardon me, I think that's Renteria who gets the quick handoff and dives ahead for maybe a yard. And it'll be second down and long. Ethan Renteria with the carry, but not a lot of room there. Only a gain of 1. Again, Sainer and Farrington will come wide to the left. Salema, the wingback, on the right. Shark in the shotgun with Renteria on his left hip. There's a snap. Quick throw, quick screen to Sainer, and he dropped it. Oh, he had room to run, and he tried to run before he had the pass secured. It'll be third down. Ottumwa had that wide receiver screen all lined up, but couldn't execute. Third down and 8. Now let's see what Ottumwa's play callers can come up with here. Third and 9, the ball on the Ottumwa 39. And they'll go 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Single back in the backfield. On the left hip, a Shark in the shotgun. Tanner fires over the middle, and a low throw is caught at the 45, but it's shy of the first down. And Ottumwa's going to line up and go for it quickly after the catch, I think, by Sainer. 4th down and 2. Bulldogs may look to sneak here. They will, but, well, Shark dove forward. It'll depend on the spot. This will be close, I believe. Shark needed to get to the 47-yard line. So they will measure this. And when they stretch the chain, we'll see if Ottumwa and its 4th down gamble paid off. The stick is down, and by about the length of the football, the Bulldogs get a first down. Shark with a 2-yard sneak. He was stuffed initially, but he found a little seam and just dove through. Ottumwa's got a backup center in there right now. Justin Perez came off the field. Sharks under center. Wingbacks either side, 2 wide to the left. Quick give to Renneria. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Spins out of trouble, still going across midfield. Boy, he should have lost 2 yards on that, and he got about 4. Ethan Renteria, more tough running. He was our Shelter Insurance Player of the Week from last week for his tough runs. And he's down at the 49. A gain of 4 when he should have lost 2 for Ethan Renneria. A little bit of a whirling dervish in the middle of that scrum. Shark under center. Double wing formation, and give it to Renneria around the right side again on that wingback end around. Kind of that interior run. Not a lot of room this time. Only a yard to the 48 of Fairfield. And it's 3rd down and 5. Perez is back in the game for Ottumwa in the center of that offensive line. 3rd and 5 for Ottumwa from the Fairfield 48. Feels like 4-down territory. They've already gone for it once on 4th and short. 2 wingbacks and a fullback, single wide out to the left. Shark will keep it rolling left under pressure. Throws for Farrington, diving, and he can't come up with it. Incomplete, right around the marker. Shark was under heavy pressure from Tate Richardson, and the ball just a little bit underthrown. And once again, it's 4th down, this time 4th and 5. Ottumwa trailing 21-7, 9:32 to go, 3rd quarter. Play clock, still plenty of time, 25 seconds. Ottumwa's got the offense still out there. Sainer thought he knew the play. He was headed wide left, and now they're still making signals. 14 seconds. Bulldogs have to get this going here. There's 10 seconds. Still haven't lined up. Someone's going to have to call a timeout here. 4 seconds. They're not even lined up. Timeout OHS. Another Bulldog timeout brought to you by the Wood Iron Grill at the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is The Ride Bicycle Shop, and we're located on the southeast corner of the Courthouse Square in Fairfield. I'm the owner, Mark Smith, and meeting people through the world of bikes is what I'm passionate about. I carry everything you need to get on the road, new bikes, accessories, and repair. Remember, Christmas will be here before you know it. The Ride is currently open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. through Christmas. Stop by the store and check out our inventory, or dust off that bike in the back of the garage and get a tune-up. Remember, it's all about the ride, so have a good one.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football brought to you by The Ride here in Fairfield, a locally owned and operated bicycle shop that provides new bikes, accessories, and bike repair. Go to The Ride for all your bicycle needs. Ottumwa with a 4th down and 5 from the Fairfield 48-yard line, and they will go for it. Shark under center, I formation, wideouts to either side. 2 backs in the backfield behind Tanner. Fairfield jumped offside. Ottumwa went with a hard count, and Fairfield jumped, and that should be enough for a Bulldog 1st down. First down, OHS on the Fairfield penalty. So Ottumwa has gotten 1st down twice when it was 4th down. They had the sneak on 4th and 2, got it by the length of the football, and now they get Fairfield to jump on 4th and 5. Now 2 wide to the left on 1st and 10. The ball at the Fairfield 43. Salema wing back to the right. Renteria the halfback, and he will get the handoff, and the timing of that play was messed up. The snap was a little bit high, and then the blocking wasn't good. Renteria was hit as soon as he took the handoff, and he will lose yardage back to the 47, loss of 4. That'll be a -4 on the total for Renteria, but that one not his fault. 2nd down and 14. Ottumwa has tried to run the ball in this game, and even though they've got a size advantage, they just haven't done it to great effect. Same formation on 2nd and long. Shark with the snap, quick swing out to Sainer, gets a block, cuts inside 40, and he's down at the 39. Good block from Farrington on that wide receiver screen.
No, it's 36.
And that'll get him a gain of 8. Yep, they mark it at 38, so a gain of 9. And it is 3rd down and 5 from the 38. 2 wide left, short side of the field. Almost certainly 4-down territory, but you'd like to get a 3rd down conversion here. There's a snap, and Shark keeps it on the zone read. He's around the corner, 35, diving for the marker. It'll depend on the spot. They give him the 33, and that should be enough for another Bulldog 1st down. Tanner Shark on the zone read, broke a tackle outside. And the Bulldogs think they've moved the chains, and they have. Shark with a 5-yard run. And Ottumwa slowly, methodically making their way deeper into Fairfield territory. Getting close to 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Ottumwa down 21-7, but on the march. 1st and 10 from the Fairfield 33. Shark in the shotgun, wing backs either side, 2 wide to the right. Tanner brings Salema in motion, keeps it. Quarterback keeper left side, got a couple blockers in front of him, and he got caught from behind and tackled for no gain. As in pursuit on the play was Nate Smithberg to make the stop for Fairfield, 2nd down and 10. Shark had 2 blockers out in front of him, but the play developed a little too slowly there. And he got dragged down from behind. Perhaps someone missed a block on the backside, not sure. Bulldogs will spread it out here, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Renteria, the single back on the right hip of Shark on 2nd down and 10. Has the snap, has time, throws it deep down the middle for Farrington, tipped and incomplete, and boy, that could have been picked off. Tate Allen, the safety, looked like he might have been able to pick it off. Farrington might have helped break it up, and then the ball hit the helmet of another Fairfield player as everybody fell down. So 3rd down and 10 for Ottumwa from the Fairfield 33. Again, likely 4-down territory unless you have a big loss here. Clock stopped, 7:18, 3rd quarter. Ottumwa down 21-7. Trying to get the score that'll make it a 1-score game and put the pressure back on the Trojans a little bit. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Shark gets the high snap, rolling left, looking to throw on the run, intended for Salema, incomplete, little wide of him on the sideline at about the 20-yard line. And it is 4th down and 10. Someone might have preferred for that play to go from the right hash. Shark, of course, a left-handed quarterback, rolling to his left, but that time to roll out the short side of the field and didn't have a lot of room. trying to find Salema, who was pretty tightly covered down the sideline. 4th and 10. Ottumwa last time on 4th down had a hard time getting the play call in, had to use a timeout. This time they've got it a little better figured out, lining up with 15 seconds. Luke Gravy wide right, 3 wide outs to the left, the short side of the field. 4th and 10. Big play here for Ottumwa's offense. Shark has a low snap, but he picks it up, rolling to his right, throws on the run over the head of Gravy and incomplete. He was in the flat about 5 yards downfield, and the pass well overthrown. And Ottumwa turns it over on downs for the second time tonight. Fairfield takes over, 1st down and 10, 7:08 to go third quarter. The ball sitting at their own 33-yard line. You know, this is gut check time for the Ottumwa defense. You're down 2 scores. Another touchdown here, and it feels like a too tall mountain to climb. Let's see if Ottumwa can get a stop here. Fairfield 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Slot man on the left in motion. Lines up as an H-back. I think that's Wheaton. Snap to Allen. Keeps it. Tackled for a loss. Jay Guerra breaks through and takes him down in the backfield on the quarterback keeper for a loss of 2. Second time Fairfield has brought the tight end Wheaton in from the slot to block. It got him about 5 yards first time they ran it. That time Guerra sniffed it out and made the play. 2nd down and 12. Clock counting down towards 6.5 to go third quarter. Fairfield taking its time. There's under 10 seconds to go. They make a substitution here, but they're going to run out of time. Timeout Fairfield, 6:26 third quarter. Another timeout brought to you by the Wood Iron Grill at the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Berry Patch IT Services invites you to stop in. Let me, David Berry, assist you from fixes to upgrades on laptops, desktops, to keyboards. New or refurbished, I carry quality models and makes with a 90-day warranty. I customize from downloading Windows software to what you're looking for, whether for work or play. We have a passion for technology. Berry Patch IT Services at 313 East Main Street in downtown Ottumwa. Visit berrypatchitservices.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Football brought to you by Falvey Lumber, your locally owned hardware and lumber store with 2 convenient locations in Eddyville and Albia, and by Community First Credit Union with 17 locations to serve you. Fairfield with the ball, 2nd down and 12 from its own 31-yard line. Ottumwa trailing Fairfield 21-7. Trojans 3 wide left, 1 to the right in their spread offense. Tate Allen, the quarterback, single back Metcalf behind him. Allen back to pass, has plenty of time, steps up, lobs it underneath. It is caught but tackled immediately as Cooper Derby gets the stop. Trying to see who that ball went to. And after making the reception coming off the field is Miles McEntee, the backup running back. Gain of 4 on the short reception makes it 3rd down and 8 from the Fairfield 35. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Teddy Metcalf, the starting running back, behind Allen in the shotgun. And the whistle blows, the flag flies, and as you heard the Ottumwa coaching staff yell, Fairfield commits the false start. And that'll make it 3rd down and 13, back to the 30-yard line. Ottumwa with the chance to force Fairfield into a 3-and-out, get the ball right back. Trailing 21-7, but still 5:45 to go third quarter. Not done yet. Clock should be rolling. The referee waving his arm to get the clock rolling, and the clock operator not paying attention. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 3rd down and 13. Allen with the snap, back to pass. Here comes a heavy rush rolling out to his right. Steps up, throws back left, diving incomplete. Good pressure by Lane Spurgeon. The pass low and short of the first down marker anyway at the 40-yard line. Perhaps intended for Wheaton again, but Ottumwa with Good pressure on Tate Allen will force a 3 and out here. Tanner Shark back deep to receive the punt. Fairfield's first punt of the game went 2 yards. It was Tate Allen. He's back there now. He acted like he was going to run it, then tried to punt it and shanked it. Let's see if Fairfield plays it a little closer to the vest this time. Run up and kick, and there's a better kick, kind of a sidewinder, bouncing away from the up man. Shakir Pope rolls inside the 40. It takes a Fairfield roll and will be downed at the 37-yard line of Ottumwa, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over. First down and 10 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs still trail 21-7. They drove inside the Fairfield 35 the last time they had the ball, but turned it over on downs. Oh, wait, there may have been a flag on the play here. And I'm not sure what the call is. Ottumwa clapping their hands a little bit. And we have a dead ball. It's on Fairfield. So it moves the ball out to the 42. It's a 5-yard penalty on Fairfield. So first down and 10 Ottumwa now from their own 42. Bulldog offense back out on the field. Ottumwa needs some explosive plays. Need to find a way to stretch the field a little bit. So they called sideline interference on Fairfield. That's the penalty. They gave Ottumwa 5 yards before they start the drive. Handoff left side, Renteria. Can he get the corner? Yes, a little bit, and he steps out of bounds at the 45. Had to sidestep a tackler there on the short side of the field. But he'll pick up 3, and it'll be second down. Well, give him the 46-yard line, so gain of 4. Second down and 6. Bulldogs down 21-7, but again, good field position to start another drive. Ottumwa's had several drives of starting good field position. They've only converted once. 3 wide to the short side of the field, the left side. Shark will give it to Renteria right up the middle, and there's not a lot of room this time. Driven back, and boy, it was taking a while to blow the whistle there, where that play was clearly over. No gain on the play, third down and 6, as Renteria was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs were very reluctant to throw the ball much in the first half. They've thrown it a few more times, more out of necessity now in the second half, and here on third down and 6, they may have to throw it again. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Snap back to Shark. Rolling left under quick pressure, throws it out, and it's intercepted at the 40 down to the 35, and Shark makes the tackle, but he threw the interception. And again, those hard to read Fairfield numbers, I can't tell who picked it off. It might be, if that's 24, that's Miles McKenty. Picked it off at about the 45 and ran it back to the Ottumwa 33. First down and 10 Fairfield, 4:37 to go in the third quarter. Now the Trojans with a chance maybe to put it away, leading 21-7. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Tate Allen the snap back to pass. Steps up, deep over the middle, and a sliding attempt to make the catch, and it's incomplete at the 8-yard line. Well, that's a nice throw by Allen. Kind of led his receiver open on the play, but in the end a little bit too far. And trying to pick up the number of the young man coming back who nearly made a great sliding catch. It'll be second down and 10. Ottumwa dodged a bullet there. Fairfield huddles up. Allen with the play call. It was Connor Lyons who was in the intended receiver on that play, nearly came up with a big catch. 2 wide left, 2 wide right on second down. Allen turns around, gives it to Metcalf. Big hole left side, but a flag comes in from the umpire. So this one might be coming back. Metcalf got inside the 30, down near the 27, but some laundry on the play may send Fairfield going the other direction, and it is indeed a holding call on the offense. There was a big opening on the left side for Metcalf to run, but that's where the flag was thrown as well, so it was apparently opened up illegally by the Trojans. Holding call will move him back to the 41. That'll make it second down and 18. Ottumwa defense has to make some use of that call now. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Metcalf again behind Allen. Allen gets the snap, and it's a quarterback keeper left. He's trying to follow Metcalf. He's caught from behind, broke 1 tackle, but then swarmed under at the 40-yard line. Good pursuit by the Ottumwa defense there, only a gain of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 17. Tried a quarterback keeper. Ottumwa not fooled. And Cooper Derby was in there again, and he may not have gotten the stop, but he was the first man there, and we've said his name a few times tonight. Well, they actually gave him the 39. Somehow that's a gain of 2, 3rd and 16. I'm not sure about the spot on that one, but hopefully it doesn't matter in the end. 3 wide right, 1 to the left, 3rd and 16. Might be 4-down territory for Fairfield if they get about half of it. Maybe that's what they're thinking. We'll see. Allen with the snap, back to pass. Here comes the pressure, steps up, gets away. He's got room to run left side, headed towards the sideline. He'll be out of bounds a few yards shy of the first down as Cooper Derby runs him out. We'll see where they mark it. It will be 4th down. And they'll put it at the 29, so it's 4th down and 6. Fairfield will certainly go for it here. That's a gain of 10 by Tate Allen on the scramble. 4th and 6 from the 29. Ottumwa down 21-7, 3:21 to go. Clock stopped with the ball going out of bounds here in the 3rd quarter. And Ottumwa's chances of coming back in this game could very well rest on this play. 3 wide right, that's the wide side of the field. Allen back to pass, has time. Still has time, pumps. Now here comes a pressure, and he will get away, lob it, and it is incomplete. Dropped at the 21-yard line. Good coverage downfield and good late pressure by Cooper Derby, and Allen is slow getting up. Hit right as he threw the ball, and he's still down on a knee, and the trainer will come out and check on him as he gets back to his feet. But Ottumwa holds on 4th down and 6. They turn the Trojans away and keep it at 21-7, 3:12 to go, 3rd quarter. And the Bulldogs take over at their own 29-yard line. 1st down and 10. Bulldog offense back on the field. Still haven't started the play clock yet for the new series. Bulldog football brought to you by Godfrey's Ale House in Ottumwa, the area's premier restaurant and sports bar. For your next meal or drink, visit Godfrey's Ale House. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 1st down and 10. Shark in the shotgun. Single back next to him. High snap, brings it down. Now looking to run under some pressure. Gets away to his left, looking downfield. Someone's got to come back to him. Now Shark's going to run 30, 35, and run out of bounds. Well, Miles Sainer was deep downfield. If he had come back to the ball there, Shark probably would have thrown it to him. Tanner was able to tuck it and run, and we'll see where they mark it exactly when we're out of bounds into the Fairfield bench. Now we get an official's timeout here. They'll mark it at the 35, so Shark got 6 yards. And it's 2nd down and 4. 3:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now we're ready for play again. Boy, I had not an optical illusion there, but I saw the referee start the play clock. I looked over, it said 25, then it jumped down to 23, so it must have frozen for a moment. 2 wide left, 1 to the right, wing back to the right. Tailback in the backfield next to Shark. He'll hand it off. No, he keeps it himself. Zone read gets a block outside the 40, and he's down to the 45, and that's a first down. Mason Farrington with a nice block on the perimeter there to spring Shark for a 10-yard run and a Bulldog first down. So Ottumwa trying to get on the move again, trailing 21-7. This whole third quarter, you've had this feeling that if Ottumwa could finish off one of these drives with a touchdown, make it a one-score game, especially with the whole fourth quarter still to play, that they're certainly not out of it. They'll send 3 wide to the right. Tight end Gravy on the left side. Renteria on the right hip of Shark in the shotgun. There's a snap and a play-action pass, and it is behind Salema, and it's intercepted at the Fairfield 48. A slant route, but Shark threw it behind him, and it was picked off by the trailing defender. That's Tate Richardson on the INT. Boy, a slant pattern off play action. Salema was open, and he had a step and a half on Richardson. If that pass is on target, that's at least a first down. But inaccurate passing has plagued Ottumwa in the early going this season. So Fairfield now first down and 10. They'll mark it at their own 49. 2:27 to go third quarter. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Allen with the snap. Kind of a hesitation on the handoff to Metcalf, and Metcalf gets a yard to the 50 before Spurgeon and company wrestle him down. Timing was off for Fairfield on that play, and it's second down and 9. Give some credit to this Ottumwa defense tonight. They've been put in some tough situations. They gave up 2 drives have really hurt them. They gave up the long touchdown pass on the opening drive, and then they gave up the 2 long passes right before halftime. That was a breakdown, and that led to the 2 offensive touchdowns for Fairfield. Other than that, the Bulldogs have bent a little bit at times, but they have not broken. 3 wide left, 1 to the right on second down and 9. Snap, play action, quick screen out to the left. Bulldogs look like they have it covered, and they do. It'll be no gain on the play. Ryan McKinnon reading that screen, beating the block, and making the tackle. Boy, we've said his name a lot the first 2 weeks. That was Richardson. But no gain, and it's third down and 9. I tell you what, Ottumwa gave the ball back to the offense after the first interception of this quarter. They're 1 stop away from doing it again. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Third down and 9. Allen with a single back, Metcalf behind him, back to pass. Now under pressure, rolling out, still under pressure, throws off his back foot, knocked away, incomplete. 2 Bulldog defenders converge and knock that away, forcing Fairfield, I believe, to go 3 and out. Boy, Ottumwa's defense stepping up after that pick in midfield. Now, will Fairfield punt? You have to watch every time because Tate Allen, the quarterback, is their punter. Shark is back deep, and part of that is he's also an excellent free safety. He had 3 interceptions last year. There's a snap, and it will be punted away by Allen. That's a good punt, high spiral. Shark will let it bounce. And it kind of goes sideways, but it's inside the 20, where Fairfield downs it at about the 17-yard line. Good punt by Tate Allen. Longest field of the night for Ottumwa, 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. At their own 17, trailing 21-7. You just keep hoping that maybe Ottumwa can hit that one big play, have that one receiver that you finally hit in stride who's got a step on his man, break something open here. Ottumwa needs a game changer right now. Bulldog football brought to you by Family First Chiropractic, West 2nd Street in Ottumwa, delivering an elevated level of holistic care for the entire family, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure their clients receive the best results as fast as possible. Snap under center on first down, quick give. Renteria around the right side, tripped up. Well, it looked like there was something there, but had his ankles caught from behind, and a short gain on the play. Maybe got 2, maybe just 1 to the 18. It looks like they set it down to the 19. We'll give Ethan 2 yards on that play. 2nd down and 8. Single wide out to the left. Wing backs either side. Shark under center. And it'll be a give around the left side to Salema. Cuts it up. Now trying to bounce out outside. Knocked out of his hands. Ball rolling loose. Salema fell on it inside the 15, back at the 14 as the third quarter ends. But it is a loss of 5, and it'll be 3rd and long for Ottumwa when the fourth quarter begins. We're back in 1 minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
We all have a picture of the life we want to live, a desire to connect the work we do with a purpose. There is a way to get there, but the price of admission is money and the drive to succeed. Success takes skill. Skill takes training. Training takes work. If you're ready to live, learn, train, and connect, Job Corps is ready for you. Careers begin here.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the fourth quarter. Fairfield 21 and Ottumwa 7. Bulldog football brought to you by Janet Brumbaugh and her team at Homegate Real Estate, Southeast Iowa, located in the Financial Partners Building on North Court Street in Ottumwa. By Insane Motors at 1219 South Madison Avenue, Ottumwa, a motorcycle and ATV shop offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories for any rider. Stop by and check out their selection. Ottumwa down 2 scores and in a hole here, 3rd down and 13 from their own 14-yard line. 2 wide left. Shark brings a man in motion and gives it to Renneria, trying to go right side, and he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. Taken down at the 13 for a loss of 1, and Abaya Salema injured on the play as he was trying to throw a block. And that is an ill-timed injury for Ottumwa. Salema got to his feet, but I think they stopped the clock. He'll have to leave the field for a play, and he is the punter. Well, maybe the officials didn't stop the clock. Yep, now they tell him he's going to have to leave the field, so I think Tanner Shark's going to have to come back in and punt this ball. So Ottumwa has its punter shaken up just enough that he has to leave the field right before punting. Shark standing on his own goal line. Tate Richardson heading back, but he's now backpedaling towards midfield. Shark gets the snap, gets the punt away under pressure, and it's going to bounce at the Ottumwa 40 and roll into Fairfield territory. That's a good punt by Tanner Shark. Called on in a tough spot. It'll roll dead at about the Fairfield 47. And that's where the Trojans will take over 1st down and 10, 11:29 to go fourth quarter. Ottumwa down 21-7. Bulldog football brought to you by the Stitch Doctor, who wants you to score big with custom embroidery or screen printing with your favorite player or team. From shirts and hats to bags, stadium chairs, coolers, and jackets. The Stitch Doctor in downtown Ottumwa. 11:29 to go. Well, the Ottumwa defense has stood strong in this second half so far, but they keep getting put in tough situations. Fairfield starting now from their own 47. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Allen with the snap. A give to Metcalf, left side. He's across midfield. Connor Schlarbaum puts a helmet in there and makes the tackle, but not until Metcalf is down to about the Ottumwa 45. That's a gain of 8. And it'll be 2nd and short. Well, we said one of our keys to victory at the start of the game was that Ottumwa would have to take advantage of the size that they have and try to wear Fairfield down, but Given the time of possession in this game, you start to wonder if maybe it's Ottumwa that'll get worn down on a night that's not necessarily warm, but it is humid. 2nd down and 2. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Does Fairfield go for a kill shot here, or do they just keep the ball on the ground? Tate Allen gets a shotgun snap. He'll give it. No, he keeps it on the quarterback keeper right side. There is a flag down, and that's in the area of holding. Allen, for the moment, has a first down at the 37-yard line, but hold on. And Fairfield did hold on. They got called for it. And again, Fairfield has shot itself in the foot a few times with holding calls tonight. So what should have been a Trojan first down, instead, the flag sitting at the Ottumwa 45. That'll move it back to the Fairfield 45. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. So let's see if the Bulldogs can take advantage of this mistake. Next week, by the way, we've got to play that very good Des Moines Roosevelt team at Schaefer Stadium. How good is Roosevelt? Well, tonight they beat Waukee. Now, Waukee is a little diminished because that district split into 2 schools, and a lot of their players are at Waukee Northwest. We'll tell you the historical significance in a moment. 3 wide left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 12 for Fairfield. Snap to Allen. Delayed give to Metcalf, and he's going to lose yardage. Cooper Derby got him first. Host of his teammates helped out. Loss of 1 back to the 44. 3rd down and 13. Des Moines Roosevelt beating Waukee tonight. And that snaps a 128-game losing streak of Des Moines schools to suburban schools in the Metro. Good for Roosevelt, but Ottumwa's got to play the Rough Riders next week. Here at Trojan Stadium, 3rd down and 13 for Fairfield. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen in the shotgun, gets a snap, back to pass, has time, throws a deep left side, looking for Wheaton, leaping, bobbling, incomplete. And how about that? Max Wheaton is 6'2". Ryan McKinnon is 5'4", and McKinnon got a hand in there as Wheaton was coming down and helped to break that up. 4th down, and again, and now holding call helped, but again, the Ottumwa defense put in a tough spot with Fairfield getting good field position. The Ottumwa defense is going to get, it looks like, the Trojan offense off the field. Ottumwa's going to have to rally in the final 9:22 if they want to pull off a comeback here, but there's some building blocks for this OHS defense in this game. Allen, low snap, and now he's looking maybe to throw the ball. Kind of hit as he throws, leaping, and it's caught on 4th down, and it's down to the 36-yard line. And I'm trying to read the number. That was caught in traffic. But Fairfield converts on a fake punt on 4th down. And not only they convert, they get a 20-yard pass. Let's see if Ottumwa can bounce back from that one. That might have been Wheaton again. And these numbers are about impossible to read if they're not on the near sideline. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Allen in the shotgun will hand off to Metcalf, and he bounces off his own blocker, trying to go left, finds some room, gets down to about the 33-yard line, so give him 3 yards. I didn't see who it was on that left side of the Ottumwa defensive line. Maybe Jay Guerra pushed the blocker right back into Metcalf, and Metcalf had to bounce off it and go left side. 2nd down and 7, the ball at the Ottumwa 33. We're counting down to 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Fairfield driving and leading 21-7. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. And the snap back to Ellen. A high snap gets it down, hands it off. Metcalf left side, room to run, but Ottumwa, good pursuit. That'll only end up being about a 2-yard gain. McKinnon again on the stop. Cooper Derby also in there. Now they're going to give him the 30-yard line, so it's a gain of 3. And it's 3rd down and 4. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fairfield handed it off once, maybe twice more, just trying to run the clock down, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot at the end zone. Leading 21-7. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, ball on the left hash. Blitz coming for Ottumwa, and Allen keeps it, and he gets away from the second defender. He's got the first down inside the 25 and taken down at the 23-yard line. Boy, Ottumwa had 2 defenders back there on the zone read. Allen kept it and just managed to evade the tackler. There is a flag on the far side. And we'll see what this call is. That flag is near where the play ended and on the sideline over there, but it's outside where Ottumwa's personnel are. They're at the 23, but what's the call? And now they're telling Ottumwa to walk the other way, and what is... Ottumwa's walking back deeper into its own territory. And I think they called unsportsmanlike conduct on us. So Allen goes 7 yards for the first down. And then unsportsmanlike conduct moves the ball all the way to the 11-yard line. First down and 10, Fairfield, 6:51 to go, leading 21-7, trying to put it away. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Allen taking his time, gets a snap, gives it to Metcalf up the middle, has room, he's inside the 5, he's down to about the 3, maybe the 2. And it'll be 2nd down and short. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. 8-yard run for Teddy Metcalf. Ball sitting at the 3. The 1 means a first down, and 1 more yard would be a touchdown. They'll still spread it out even in a goal line situation. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Be surprised if they throw it here. They'll give it to Metcalf. He's hitting the backfield, though. Trying to bounce off tacklers, but he got away, and he's into the end zone. Ottumwa had 3 different sets of hands on him at the 5, but he got away to the right. And Teddy Metcalf runs it in from 3 yards out. And with 5:55 to go, that feels like the nail in the coffin. Well, that Ottumwa defense held up as long as they could in the second half and had Fairfield in the 4th and long to start this drive, but a pass on a fake punt for 20 yards into double coverage, but was caught anyway. And the Trojans end up driving down to score. Low snap bobbled, and that extra point will not even be attempted as Allen, the holder, just falls on it. 5:55 to go, 27-7 Trojans, back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Fairfield goes 53 yards in 9 plays. It took them 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Teddy Metcalf, a 3-yard touchdown run, bouncing off tacklers. And the Trojans now lead Ottumwa 27-7 after not being able to handle the snap on the extra point, never getting a kickoff. Carter Thompson will kick it back to Ottumwa. No, that's not the same Ottumwa baseball player. Low squib kick will roll out of bounds. And so Ottumwa will get good field position on the special teams miscue by Fairfield. 5:55 on the clock. But the Bulldogs now staring at a 20-point deficit. A couple of times in the third quarter, Ottumwa was on the move, and a touchdown would have made it a one-score game, but those drives came up empty, and Fairfield, after having a lot of chances in good field position in this second half, were finally able to punch one into the end zone to make it a 3-score game. They're still trying to figure out where to spot this football. It looks like it's going to be on the 35. Or they'll mark off the penalty from where it went out of bounds. And 5 yards will put it at the 39-yard line. So now Ottumwa will go to work, hoping for a late score here. 3 wide to the right, short side of the field. Shark in the shotgun. Renteria on his left hip, gets the snap. Gives it to, no, play action, throws the slant, and Salima was open, and he dropped it at the 48. Boy, it looked like they had that sweep left side with Renteria, but then it was a play action pass, and that time Shark put that throw right on Abaya's hands, and he couldn't hang on. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 5:41 to go, fourth quarter. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Salima's in a wingback spot on the right side. Snap to Shark. Gives it to Renteria up the middle. He's got a hole out across the 45. Puts his head down, gets to the 47. Gain of 8. 3rd down and 2. Ethan Renteria, some tough runs again this week. Ottumwa going no huddle, 3rd and 2. Shark, quick throw out to the flat. Salima's got it. Got a block, 1st down and more inside the 50 of Fairfield and down near the 45. Good block by Luke Gravy out there, and it's a Bulldog 1st down. All the way to the Fairfield 45-yard line. Gain of 8 for Abaya Salima. Yeah, they'll mark it at the 44, so make it a 9-yard gain. Clock stopped as Abaya went out of bounds. 1st and 10. Ottumwa still looking to the sideline. Plenty of time still on the play clock, though. Yeah, they've got confused wideouts here. Now they'll get 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Snap to Shark. He's going to throw. Deep down the left side, one-on-one looking for Gravy. Boy, a ton of contact there, and the flags come out. Multiple flags as Gravy was getting manhandled down the right side there, inside the 20. That's one of those plays where they need to throw the flags and then make the guy give him his wallet back. That'll be pass interference on Fairfield, and should be a 15-yard penalty. And that should put it all the way down to the Fairfield 29. So 1st down and 10 at Ottumwa, 5:08 to go. They're down again to the 29 of the Trojans. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Renteria on the right hip of Shark in the shotgun. Tanner wants to throw. Now rolling out, looking downfield, pumps. Now he's going to run it down the sideline and out of bounds. Decent gain. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like he got to the 25, so make it 2nd down and 6, 4-yard run for Tanner. Clock stops again, 5:02 to go. I mean, you're down 20 with 5 minutes to go. The math isn't in your favor, but Ottumwa keeps stopping the clock and moving the ball. You get in the end zone pretty quickly. You at least have a chance to try something miraculous. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Shark has time, throws, and incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver down inside the 10. Fairfield nearly had a diving pick at the 2, but incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 6. 4:55 to go. And it's been right in this area where Ottumwa's had more than one drive stall in this game. Some kid has an air horn down there, and I keep thinking it's the horn that the scoreboard plays when the clock runs out. They're down, and quarterback keeper on the zone read and Fairfield all over that. They eat Shark up for a loss. Boy, he had nowhere to go, and I don't know if he'd handed it to Renneria. I don't know if Renneria would have had anywhere to go either. How big is the loss on the play? At least 2 back to the 27, making it 4th down and 8. Well, Ottumwa was willing to run there because it's 4-down territory, but they didn't anticipate going backwards. Scoreboard says 4th and 7. They got to get to the 19. This is 4th and 8. Low snap to Shark, back to pass, rolling out, has some room to run, pump fakes, cuts inside, he's inside the 20, got the 1st down, breaks tackles inside the 10, and he's down around the 7-yard line, 1st and goal. Tanner Shark on the 4th down scramble, keeps the drive alive, and puts Ottumwa on the doorstep. We'll see exactly where they mark it. Ottumwa going no huddle here. They will mark it at the 7. That's a gain of 20 yards. 1st down snap, quick quarterback keeper. They try to run that one quickly. This time Fairfield not fooled. And only a gain of 1 for Shark down to the 6. 2nd and goal. 3:47 and counting, 4th quarter. Bulldogs trying to go without a huddle, trying to get the play signal in, but taking a little time to line up here. 3.5 to go. 3 wide left. Shark in the shotgun, Rennery on his left hip. Gets the snap, rolling out to his left, throws on the run. Pass kind of wobbled out of his hand, might have been deflected. Incomplete, pardon me. Looking maybe for Farrington in the near corner of the end zone, and it's 3rd and goal. Clock stops at 3:20 to go. Third and goal, obviously 4-down territory, but well, you'd like to find a way to get across the goal line here. They'll send 2 wide right, 1 to the left, low snap, and the snap was so poor it rolled to Renteria, and all he could do was pick it up and then get tackled for a big loss. You know, maybe not as big as I thought, but a 3-yard loss back to the 9, and it's 4th and goal. And Ottumwa on 4th and goal wants a timeout. 3:03 to go, another timeout brought to you by the Wood Iron Grill at the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course. 30 seconds and we're back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albee is locally owned. What's that mean to you, you ask? I'm Dennis from Falvey Lumber and Hardware, and that means not only will you be able to find someone from the moment you enter the store, but that our knowledgeable staff can answer the questions on big and small projects. We have 2 convenient locations, in Eddyville across from the BP and just off the southwest corner of the Albee Square. The only locally owned lumber and hardware store on your list, Falvey Lumber and Hardware.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football brought to you by Southern Iowa Mental Health Center, where recovery happens, providing psychiatric services for all ages and offering a crisis service and crisis stabilization service. Southern Iowa Mental Health Center, 1527 Albia Road in Ottumwa, available 24 hours. 3:03 to go, fourth quarter. Fairfield 27, Ottumwa 7. Bulldogs 4th and goal from the Fairfield 9. Shark in the shotgun. Rolling out left on the snap, looking, lobs it for the end zone, and it's incomplete. And it might have been intended for Farrington on the sideline in the end zone. Farrington slipped on that wet grass ball, looked like it was overthrown anyway. And Ottumwa turned away on downs again. That's at least the third time in this game. And Fairfield will take over with 2:58 to go on their own 9-yard line, leading by 20. Bulldogs on their way to 0-2. And with what I believe will be the toughest game all year next week when they face a very good Des Moines Roosevelt team. Fairfield 1st and 10 from their own 9, and they're under center for the first time all night. Handoff and breaking tackles and getting outside. Is that still Metcalf, or have they gone to the backup here? Well, that should have been a tackle for loss, but if that was indeed the backup, Miles McKenty, he broke the tackle and got all the way up to the 18 for a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1. Again, Allen going under center here. 2 wide left, 2 wide right, but at this point you'd be very shocked if they did anything other than hand it off. And a straight handoff, and this time Schlarbaum hits him at the point of attack, but he still falls forward to move the chains out to the 20-yard line. First down, gain of 2. Two minutes to go. Bulldog football brought to you by Atomic Pest Control, serving all of Southeast Iowa, commercial to residential, with the certified trained technician taking care of your pest infestation and regular maintenance plans being proactive monthly or quarterly. Visit Atomic Pest Control to find the technician in your area. First and 10 Fairfield, just running out the clock here. They still spread it out, even with the single back in the backfield and just trying to hand it off. Allen with the snap, another give. I think that's Metcalf stumbling to the right side, and he's run down quickly by Ottumwa. Good pursuit, but Metcalf also not wanting to go out of bounds at that point. No gain on the play. Second down, and Fairfield probably will only have to snap it one more time. (27-7) will be the final. The Ottumwa defense did some good things today. There's something to build on there. But they will have a tough test next week. There's a snap, and Allen keeping it around the left side, and he will be tackled at about the 28-yard line, gain of 7. And Fairfield does not have to snap the ball again. Under 30 seconds to go. No reason to either, and they're already applauding in the Fairfield huddle as this one has come to an end. Fairfield 27, Ottumwa 7. The first meeting since 1997 between these two schools goes the way of the Trojans. Fairfield's 2-0 for the first time in a while, and Ottumwa will fall to 0-2. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and wrap it up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Godfrey's Ale House is Ottumwa's premier sports bar and restaurant with something for everyone. Whether you're wanting to have dinner with the family or meet up with friends to have some drinks while watching the game on the TVs, Godfrey's is the place to be. You can even kick back and unwind on their patio with a few drinks after a day at work. Godfrey's stands out for their inviting atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service. Experience it for yourself at Godfrey's Ale House across from North Hy-Vee in Ottumwa.
Now's the time to get things done better. With unmatched protection and in-cab heating and cooling, you can shrink your to-do list no matter the weather. And with industry-exclusive GPS technology, you'll know where you are and where you need to be, even outside of cell range. So work smarter and play harder with machines as strong and versatile as you are. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back one final time tonight to Trojan Stadium, where your Ottumwa football team falls to Fairfield by a final of 27-7. Most of the scoring was in the first half. Opening drive, Fairfield, a 61-yard drive in 3 plays. Tate Allen, a 35-yard touchdown pass. Late in the second quarter, a partially blocked punt was returned by Tate Allen for 23 yards for a touchdown, and that made it 14-0. Ottumwa answered back. A Tanner Shark 33-yard touchdown run with an even 2 minutes to go in the half made it 14-7. But then Fairfield went 3 plays and 68 yards in a minute 4. Allen, a 1-yard touchdown run, 21-7 at the half. The Ottumwa defense fought off Fairfield for as long as they could in the second half, stopping several drives that began in plus territory or near midfield. Overcame a couple of turnovers by the Bulldog offense, but finally they wore down, and Fairfield put together a 53-yard, 9-play drive. 5:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Teddy Metcalf, a 3-yard touchdown run, extra point no good, and the final margin 27-7. So Ottumwa falls to 0-2. Fairfield is 2-0. The Trojans will go to Fort Madison next week. Ottumwa's back home, but they will take on a very good Des Moines Roosevelt team, a Roosevelt team that beat Waukee 19-3. And let me double check the number. I said during the broadcast that the streak was 128 games. Now I'm seeing a 134-game losing streak by Des Moines Public Schools against Des Moines suburban schools. The last time a Des Moines public school team had beaten a suburban school was Des Moines Lincoln over Urbandale in 2008. But Roosevelt snapped that streak by beating Waukee tonight 19-3. And again, Waukee is diminished from what they had been because they split into two schools, and quite frankly, Waukee Northwest got more of the athletes, but still Roosevelt will bring a very good team to Schaefer Stadium next week, led by Jamison Patton, a quarterback who's being recruited by Iowa State, albeit on the defensive side. But Ottumwa, probably its toughest opponent of the year, will be next week when we face Des Moines Roosevelt. That'll be a 7:30 kick next Friday night at Schaefer Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with the hour-long Warehouse Barbecue Company and Brewhouse pregame show on KBIZ and on the live video stream. I want to thank all of our sponsors one more time: Berry Patch IT Service, Meridian Credit Union, Pierce Fence, Warehouse Barbecue, The Ride here in Fairfield, Falvey Lumber, Community First Credit Union, Godfrey's Ale House, Family First Chiropractic, Jana Brumbaugh and Homegate Real Estate Southeast Iowa, Insane Motors, The Stitch Doctor, Southern Iowa Mental Health Center, Atomic Pest Control, Patrita Orthodontics, Sonic Drive-In, Benchwarmers, William Penn University, David Wellbrenner with Allstate Insurance, Reflection Studio, Shorter Graphics, Ottumwa Job Corps Center, Slayton Polaris, Champion Bull, Citizens Mutual, Roto-Rooter Ottumwa, R&K Body Pros, Mike's Pizza, Mercy One Ottumwa, Lisco, Ottumwa Grass, and the Wood Iron Grill. Big thank you to Bulldog head coach Brian Goodvin for helping us prepare for the broadcast tonight. And a big thank you to both of my producers, Annie Argo, the on-site video producer, and Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the fans, for tuning in tonight, because without your support of these broadcasts and of Ottumwa Athletics, none of this would be possible. So thank you for tuning in to Bulldog Football on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream at ottumwaradio.com and the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. My name's Jason Van Arkel. I'll talk to you next Friday night when the Bulldogs host Des Moines Roosevelt. Until then, good night, everybody.